All right, we are
We have
live
a
and in,
lot
live and in color, apparently,
and in full effect.
and in full effect. Yep. Uh, Welcome to the 2025 NFL Draft. Coming to you from Green Bay. We are not in Green Bay, thank goodness.
No,
But
we're in a much warmer climate.
yeah, but we do feel a draft, a big draft, coming.
Yeah, we need a Stell and Frank here, don't we?
Yeah, I thought about that. I thought about that. We should have added that soundbite, but they're here in spirit. Actually, I've got the speaking of Estelle and Frank, I've got Knicks and Pistons on my tablet here, and you know who's at the game is Ben Stiller. Our
When you started with Ben, I thought you were going to say Ben Wallace because I think he is also
no,
at the game.
oh he might be, yeah. You know who else is at the game with Ben Stiller is Timothy Chalamet.
Ooh, who's? Oh, he's a big Knicks fan, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yep, big Knicks fan. I think he's been at every game this series.
I wonder if we'll see any Paul trades.
Atreides.
We're
Well,
gonna trade his pick.
apparently, Jaguars are working on it.
The Cowboys apparently also have some irons in the fire for trading down, perhaps.
Can I tell you? Hang on, let me find it. So the great Jay Gruden, not John Gruden, but Jay Gruden,
Former Washington
football
coach.
team coach. Yep. Here's the tweet he sent out an hour ago. Said Jags rumored to make a splash tonight. Maybe they take Sanders at 5, trade Trevor to Saints for 9, and get Tyler Warren.
Maybe they'll make a splash Stingenti.
That see to me that's kind of that would be the funniest outcome at this point. Is like they do there's all this hype. They trade up to 2.
Machinations and
Yeah, they trade up to 2 and they pick Genty instead of Hunter. And it's like
by the
you
way,
could
I've
have
got
just
a Mr.
oh
Costanza
nice,
is with us tonight.
nice, yeah. Shout
Brian
out.
Costanza, Lord of the Idiots. Paul is we are sponsored by Taco Bell tonight, is that correct?
Yeah, well, I'm running on Taco Bell apparently. Oh, so I got somebody in the chat. Looks like
Ooh, who is that?
maybe.
Uh, 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 uh. People.
Gary. Hey, Gary.
That might be my uncle. Let's see, studio
He
chat.
said, "You just
Redskin. Good old Jay Gruden.
yeah, Jay Gruden. Well, I mean, Trump wants him to change the name back, so maybe they'll.
Where is my? Oh, there it is. NFL draft countdown.
Yeah, so got about 5 minutes here till the draft kicks off. Are you watching NFL Network or are you watching?
I usually go with ESPN.
Okay. Well, that'll work. We'll have full coverage, full spectrum of.
Okay. There we go.
But
All right.
but
I've got it live.
yeah, and I've got like I said earlier, I got Knicks Pistons here on the tablet. Just starting the second quarter, looks like. Knicks
Who
33, Pistons 30.
who are you cheering for in that series, Paul?
No one. I mean, I kind of. Oh, hey, Brittany. Brittany says, "Hope you got the nachos. No nachos fries tonight. Just went with the.
Paul, you're letting people down.
Yeah, no.
We're gonna lose. We're gonna be losing viewers at the listeners at a rapid rate at this.
Well, I mean, if they hear some of my takes tonight, we might lose them anyway. So,
What's the confidence meter on the Saints draft right now?
1 to 10,
1 to 10. 10
probably
being
-2. I don't know. They're
that's,
gonna find they're gonna find a way to screw it up, I guess.
trade up for Shamar. That's the dream.
Yeah. Notice I did wear a black and gold shirt, but there's no Saints.
Oh, I'm going
You
full.
went full Cowboys,
And then
Okay, gotcha.
I've also got my college ring on.
Oh,
So if Golden Boy's the pick,
there we go.
we're going. We're
I put a little shillings on Golden being the first receiver taken. I think. Hang on.
oh, I
pull
need
that
to
up.
let me.
Yeah,
Very
let's
much
let's
me.
uh let's run through our wagers that we maybe
Yeah, I'm
may or
all
may
on.
not have placed here.
Are you all on rebet? I didn't see anything on.
I'm all on rebet. Yeah.
Okay, okay, yeah, me too. I didn't see
So
anything on Flip to
I
where I could wager.
I got Jackson Dart, second quarterback selected, plus 199. I did that like a week or two ago.
Jackson
Yeah,
Dart,
Garrett.
second
Yeah,
QB.
Garrett. Yeah, Garrett. We're gonna trade all our picks for Ricky Williams. We'll do that. We'll do that again.
They can't do any
Yeah,
worse than that, right?
and that Jackson Dart, second QB selected. That's in the negative odds now, so feel pretty good about that. Defensive line edge for exact playing position of first drafted player for the Saints. I got that at plus 900. I think they took it off the board now, at least on rebet.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that's off the board at this point. I think.
Yeah, Shedeur, Pittsburgh Steelers as the team to draft Shedeur. I got that at plus 275. And then today, amid all the discussion, ninth overall pick. So this is not specifically for the Saints, it's just ninth overall pick. Kelvin Banks Jr., your guy from UT, at plus 700. I got that.
Okay.
So feel pretty good about most of those.
All right, I've got the Jets to take a cornerback at plus 1300 as first
Jade,
pick.
Jade Barron,
Barron's my boy.
maybe?
That's the one I'm hoping for. I'm hoping because Aaron Glenn's a defensive back that he goes defensive back early. I also hedged on the Jets taking a tight end first at plus 280. I've got over 2.5 quarterbacks selected in the first round at minus 122. I've got defensive line slash edge first player drafted for the 49ers at plus 125. Under 17.5 for Matthew Golden's position at minus 161. I took Will Campbell as the second offensive lineman taken at plus 340.
Okay.
So just in like, what if somebody likes Mimbu a little more?
If the Patriots like Mimbu, maybe.
He's a Mel Bimbu. He's a Mimbu.
Yeah, he's Mimbu.
Saints to draft Tedero and McMillan at plus 1700.
Ooh, that's some
That's
good
some
action.
sweet
That's
action right
that's some sweet action. That's some Kramer action, man. That might be a.
Cowboys to draft edge at plus 1100. Defensive liner edge plus 1100. Because I think that's
Who would they be targeting? Like Jalen Walker?
there's a couple of guys that have like been mentioned. It's basically wide receiver or defensive line right now, and I think the majority is wide receiver. But at plus 1100, I figured,
That's not. Yeah, I mean you got to take a chance, right?
that's also an emotional hedge for me if we don't take a receiver because I want receiver in the first round. I want Golden, but I guess I'll be okay if it's Tet. Quarterback for the position that the Steelers drafted in the first pick is at plus 220.
Okay.
Over eight
What's
and a half.
Hang on. So position Steelers draft in the first round, quarterback plus 220. What's the next best odds?
I don't know. I think it's off the board now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Over 8.5 total defensive linemen taken at minus 270. And
Minus 27. Okay.
And I based this on just the Athletic Football Show. I took Travion Henderson, second running back drafted at plus 170.
That's that's gotten some juice because I want to say that's like plus. Yeah.
He's picked up steam. I think as the process has gone along. I think as people as we kind of gone and looked back at like what he's done, and I think his athletic profile. I think he kind of grades out with a little bit more juice than somebody like Amari and Hampton, who has been the favorite for second running back taken.
And I think I heard maybe it might have been Maurice Jones-Drew. Maurice Jones-Drew on NFL Network said the Bears should take him at 10 if Genty's not there.
Good old Maurice Jones-Drew, who had my favorite of the mock drafts that we looked at all season.
Also on NFL Network, about 30 minutes ago, Derek Carr's brother gave an update on
the shoulder.
Yeah, he thinks he's under the impression that he injured it in the Giants game when he broke his hand, and he kind of towed the company line a little bit and just said like, he surgery's an option, not surgery. There's an option to have surgery. There's an option to not have surgery. He would prefer to rehab. This is Derek Carr would prefer to rehab, but they're working with the Saints or whatever. So
with your crack medical team that really did a great job of discovering this injury, right? Are you sure are we sure he didn't fall down the stairs on the Eiffel Tower?
I mean, they already paid him, so whatever he did.
One of the things that we didn't touch on is that I just missed him by like a couple of weeks over there.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I could have run.
He might have been following you. He might have saw your.
Oh man, these are. I wonder if he's picking up my restaurant recommendations. Tell him I gotta let him know there's no houses available over there.
Well, his house in New Orleans might be up for sale here pretty soon.
Yeah, what's that going for? Is it in the Garden District?
Somebody posted like Derek Carr's house for sale, and it was a picture of like one of those tents, one of those like blue
medical
tents.
tents?
Medical.
The blue tent. I think that's also where Chris Olave lives.
Well, the Saints did pick up Chris Olave's fifth-year option, so there's that.
See, that's part of the reason that I thought Tet's an option at 9 is because he tore his ACL. Is that it? Okay, I said that on my solo show, but I wasn't sure if.
No, you're right. No, he he had a torn ACL. I mean, Olave's got the concussion. I actually thought Golden for the Saints, but I think Golden, he and Olave are a little too similar. He has those kind of traits. McMillan is somebody that can be an X receiver and open up.
Yeah, he's more of a big body guy.
Right.
And that's the thing. I know CD's a really versatile receiver, and so you could probably still get.
Yeah.
But I wanted somebody more explosive.
And we should not forget the Saints also signed patron saint Cowboy Brandon Cooks this offseason.
Oh, that's true. He's back.
He's back, baby.
What is Goodell doing here? What is this?
I don't know. They're not. NFL Network's they're at the desk right now.
They're riding bikes on stage.
Oh, okay, cool. So pretty sure we know who Tennessee's going to pick at 1.
Speaking of New Orleans legends, Lil Wayne is there in person.
Oh, no. Well, he's a Packers fan. Apparently.
I don't understand. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when the Packers won the Super Bowl in Dallas that year. They played the Steelers. Lil Wayne was there, and he had all the Packer gear on. It's like that's odd.
That's like Eminem being a Cowboys fan.
Is that true?
That is true.
I thought he was a Lions fan. I thought he repped the.
He will as a local guy, but he has always said he's more of was a Cowboys fan. He was at a game.
I
with
see.
Des Bryant.
I see Goodell riding the Pee Wee Herman bike now on stage.
Dun, 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 dun.
They're really going to make the Titans wait.
Oh yeah, we all know who the pick is. It's minus 20,000.
Okay, so it is now 7:05 Central Time. When we hit 8 o'clock, how many picks will have been made? 5? 4? What do you think? I mean, they have what?
They
what
got
is
10
it?
minutes. 10 minutes max.
Oh, it's
right?
10.
So
it's
it'll
okay.
Be at
So
least 5.
You would think at least 5, right?
Yeah. Well, that's
But
like the
technically they haven't started yet because Goodell hasn't said,
you're on the clock.
You're on the clock or whatever. So
we still got 5 minutes before that. So let's go 7 picks.
Oh,
Let me set the line at 6.5. You taking over or under?
Oh, under. By 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock.
Under. Yeah, I'm gonna go under.
All right. I guess I should set it at 5.5. Really. Do you think we can get one more pick in?
Excuse me 1 second, Brent.
Yes, we're gonna hear from the Packers greats like Lil Wayne, who is Jordy Nelson.
Oh, nice,
Speaking of immaculate grid, we,
nice. Jordy Nelson was he was one of those almost Saints. Like I remember there was an off season where he hang on one second.
oh boy, I bet I'm sure.
Sorry, what was that? I missed that.
Oh, you missed the announcement.
What happened?
He AJ he got on. Clay Matthews got on and I almost called him AJ Hawk. Clay Matthews got on and said, "I just got off the phone with Donald Trump and he told me to tell all 32 teams that the Bears still suck."
Nice. Shout out to maybe our buddy Andy, the Bears fan, might join us here.
The Athletic Football Show's host Robert Mays is also a big Bears fan, so I'm sure
Okay.
we'll hear about that on the show tomorrow.
How do you feel about well man, NFL Network's behind because now I'm hearing the Clay Matthews, so you're probably going to be ahead of me. But
Oh,
that's
you're on
okay.
a delay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be spoiling picks for you.
Well, I'm also on Twitter, and that's going to be spoiling picks
Ooh.
too. So
Yeah, I need to be on. I need to load it up.
Diana Rossini, the Denver Broncos are making an aggressive push to get into the top 10. So shout out to Donnie, the Broncos fan.
Who are they trying to get in the
Genty.
top 10? Gent-
That's what Donnie
but you're
said.
gonna have to get high with that though
Yeah, I
to
mean,
get Genty
yeah.
because like he's I mean the him under 6.5 right now is like big
Well,
minus money.
I mean the going theory is the Jags are going to take him at 5 if they stick at 5. So
Yeah,
now if Jacksonville trades up to 2 and they take Hunter, now maybe that opens it up and you can trade to. But you still got to go past the Raiders. I think the Raiders would take Genty at 6. So you got to. And I don't think the
there's
Browns
also
would trade all the way back. You know what I mean?
there
Like
were
I don't.
also rumors that the Raiders would trade up to 2 to take Hunter.
What about the Cowboys?
Let's see. They there were rumors this morning about the Cowboys trading up or not trading up, but taking Zabel. But
Yeah.
everybody basically kind of said, "Oh, this is a smoke screen to try to get people to trade up in front of Miami, who is known to need offensive
Right.
linemen."
Right. That would make sense. Yeah. All right. So they're on the clock here. Tennessee's on the clock. By the way, you could also watch this on ABC, and it's the College Game Day crew: Reese Davis and Kirk Herbstreit, Nick Saban. If that interests you,
Does it interest me?
that's for
That's a
you to
good
decide.
question. That is a
That's for
good
you.
question. What on earth is going on here?
They were talking earlier. I saw a clip online earlier. They were talking about Lee Corso retiring. He'll make his final headgear pick August 30th. Cam Ward, by the way, went to school down the street from us at Incarnate Word in San Antonio for a minute
Hmm.
until he transferred to Washington State and then to the U. Oh, by the way, I don't. We may have mentioned this on the show. Jalen Milrow, who's at the draft and might get drafted tonight in the first round. Do you know? Do you know what high school he went to?
Katie?
Well, in Katy, but it was Seven Lakes.
Oh,
Yeah, I found that out. I was looking
isn't
him
that
up.
a butter company?
Seven Lakes. Sure. Yeah. Apologies to any of our Seven Lakes listeners. That might be. That's the for those not familiar. That's the swanky part of Katy,
Oh, so
Texas.
it's the high end.
That's Cinco. That's Cinco Ranch area. Yeah, it's like
Cuatro Cinco. How come it's not called Siete Lakes then?
right, right. You never miss. You never miss, Brandon.
Another bullseye.
Another bullseye. Um, Tennessee Titans yesterday signed Tyler Lockett. By the way,
Hot Locket.
yeah. So add him to the Seahawks Titans immaculate grid, joining the legends of Warren Moon and Dave Krieg. I think. So
Yes.
of course he has to play a game first.
I have not. I didn't even look at the immaculate grid layout for today. Did you make an attempt?
I no, I haven't done one in a while. Let's see. Today's grid is 6:45. It's nothing too crazy. You got Broncos, Eagles, Rams on the rows, Chargers,
Have you seen
Commanders.
Have you seen Pete Carroll's most recent tweet?
With the Sinners thing.
No. Draft clue number 4. It's Ted Lasso in a pub throwing a dart.
Okay. He who gave him a Twitter account? Like who said? You know, who at the Raiders was like, you know,
Where do
it'd
you
be a
think?
good idea.
Where do you think he's getting all the steel beams material for him?
Oh, that's true. That's true. Well, because I saw. Okay, so his draft clue number 3 was the lyrics from "So Fresh, So Clean" by Outkast. His draft clue number 1 was an image from Sinners of Michael B. Jordan and I can't remember the guy's name. The breakout star of the movie.
Well, Ryan Coogler went to USC. Is there anybody up on?
When he played wide receiver, I believe. That somebody, Mina Kimes, I think, retweeted that and said Ryan Coogler did play wide receiver at one point in his life. So, um,
Oh,
yeah,
the
I'm
pick
just.
is in. Who could it be, Paul?
Who can it be now? Uh, yeah, it's not in on
Tony B
NFL.
now.
No,
Where he be now?
it's not on it. Let me check. Make sure I'm like I'm not.
Yeah, make sure you're live. Make sure you didn't like accidentally pause it.
I mean, it's possible. It's happened.
I've done that before.
Let's see here. Looks like it's live. Okay. I was a couple, I think. Okay, yeah. I think I'm good now. I was like a minute behind.
Oh, that's not bad.
I don't know how. Oh, you know what? You know what did happen earlier when I was watching the pre-show? My screen froze. For a
That's
little
probably
bit.
yeah.
That was probably.
That happened to me while I was trying to load here.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Is Goodell at the podium for you?
He's at the podium.
All right. Would it be funny if it's like Travis Hunter?
Cameron
There it
Ward.
is.
We went with the full name.
Yeah, he said I read somewhere where Ward said that they were going to use his full name.
Is that like a who was the other player who? Well, Patrick Mahomes. His mom gets mad when you call him Pat. Can't call him
Oh,
Pat
really?
Mahomes. Yep.
Did not I did
Speaking
not know that.
speaking of the name Pat, there's a Rules of Engagement.
Okay.
The
Another
character-
show you've asked me to watch and I
so many
haven't.
times.
Yep.
The character played by Putty.
Okay.
So he'll sign up for things and he has a fake name, and his fake name is Pat McGroin.
Oh, hold on. Jacksonville's traded. They have Jacksonville listed as the second pick.
Ooh,
At least on NFL Network they do.
that's what it. Yeah, it says that here too.
Let me check Twitter
Genty, Genty two, Genty two.
here. Yeah, here we go. Browns get the 5th overall pick, the 36th overall pick, 126 at next year's first. Jags get the 2nd overall pick, 104 and 200 this year.
Okay,
So there you go.
it can't be Genty, right?
I mean, it'd be hilarious. It would be absolutely hilarious if it is Sanders. Like if it's Shedeur, like this is
Well, then
this is
then I
like
feel great about my plus 2.5
right, right.
over 2.5 quarterbacks taken.
But this is
Well, they just picked. No, they just gave Lawrence a big contract extension. You can't make
I
that
mean,
pick, can you?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Anyway, but so David Putty's character, like I said,
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, sorry.
his alias that he'll use to sign up for stuff was Pat McGroin.
Yeah. So man, so the Browns. Now here's my question: what is the Browns going to do at 5? Are they gonna go?
Well, I guess that depends on what did the Giants do at 3? What does New England do at 4?
You know,
Because
New England.
New England
New
seems
Eng-
like offensive line lock, right?
Well, New England might be the big winner here because if let's say the Jags take Genty at 2,
They're
now,
taking offensive linemen though.
but now the Patriots might end up with Abdul Carter. Like they might have the availability to draft Abdul Carter. This is a good trade for the Browns, honestly.
They're
Like,
saying it's for it's for Travis Hunter.
okay, so
That's
that makes sense. Makes sense. I mean, like they said on the pre-show, like if you're not going to have a second round pick, like if you need defense and offense, you might as well pick Hunter because he plays both. I mean,
Man, it sucks that he's going to Jacksonville though.
yeah, I mean,
I guess it's better. It's better than him going to New York. I'll say that at least.
for your sake,
As
yeah.
a Cowboys fan, much better.
I mean, this is
It is coming down out here. I don't know about you. We're
yeah.
getting
I'm
some
hearing
rain now.
I'm hearing it. Yeah. I mean, this is a big move to make for a first time. Remember, Jacksonville's got a first time GM also, as well as our guy.
Duval.
Yeah, our guy.
Our boy Liam Cohen.
Jacksonville's had a very interesting offseason. Like
That's one way to put it.
the Cohen saga, like that whole thing, and now looks like they're going to trade up. But hey, good for them. I mean,
That jacket is popping.
think I could pull that off?
I don't know.
You? No.
No. Hotsy totsy, you get home. Hotsy Nazi.
I wish somebody would have the jacket like Jerry did in that episode, with like the candy cane striping on the.
Pipe down, chorus boy.
We had a funny guy like you in Korea.
They blew his brains out over
Blew his brains out.
over the Pacific. You like ice. Don't you find you get more without it?
All right. Well, it didn't take Jacksonville long. Whoever they're picking. So this actually could end up not impacting anything in terms of who gets drafted because it's still going to be Hunter at 2,
Right.
which means it'll probably be Abdul Carter at 3 for the Giants. Patriots probably go Will Campbell, and then Cleveland at 5. Now it gets interesting. Like Cleveland could basically go.
They could take Shedeur.
They could. I mean, now they've got all this capital, this draft capital, and they got a pick next year. And by the way, there's no guarantee Jacksonville's going to be good next year. Like that pick could still be a top 10 pick. So
We'll see what Liam Cohen does. That is a good receiving room though. You got Brian Thomas
Yeah.
Jr. and
And
you can pair him with Travis
Hunter?
Hunter.
I am interested to see how Goodell introduces Hunter. Like, what position does he? You know what I mean?
Defensive receiver back.
Oh, and Jacksonville also added Deami Brown from Washington as a receiver. I mean, it's not bad. Um, I'm looking at they're
He's a
scrolling
very
through.
dynamic player.
Right, exactly. Well, he did catch. Was he the one that caught the Hail Mary against Chicago, or was it? I don't remember. Jacksonville also added Cowboy legend Jordan Lewis on the defensive side. Oh, they're they're doing players announcing picks already.
That's fast. They usually save that for day two.
Right. I know Ryan Ramchick's doing it for. I think it's Ryan Ramchick for the Saints in this
I,
next tomorrow.
this guy needs to give his Armani suit to somebody else because he's huge.
Yeah.
He's not fitting that suit anymore, buddy.
He's like Banya. He's like Banya.
He
Hey.
needs to trade that suit for a meal. Is what he needs to do.
Oh, just let him make the pick, man. We don't need his life story. Like what's going on here?
He's also got a David Putty jaw.
He does. You think he just sits there and stares? You think he raw dogs a
Yeah,
flight?
he raw dogs a flight.
That's
Yeah,
one of my
that's right.
favorite things I've seen on social media is the fact that David Putty invented raw dog on a flight. So Armstead currently plays for Jacksonville?
That's a good question. Wasn't he? Is he a former Giant?
Yeah, well, he won Peyton Manning, the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year last year. So I would guess he still plays for him. Unless he just retired, which
Oh, he was in San Francisco. Okay.
you know, look, I appreciate the fact that he won the award, but like we don't need this. Like just announce the pick, let's just move on. A lot of Jacksonville fans in Green Bay, you think?
Who's a good?
Yeah,
Who's a
we
good?
know Eric. We know Eric. That's why you're there. We know we
Who's
have a
a
trade.
who's a good? Who's a good Jaguars Packers crossover here?
Brunell, Mark Brunell. It's the one that
feel
comes
like
to mind. Oh, Howard, Desmond Howard.
Desmond Howard, yes. Andre
There you
Rison?
go.
Did Andre Rison play for the Jags?
That sounds right. I'd have to check. But there we go. Travis Hunter is now a Jacksonville Jaguar. From a Buffalo to a Jaguar.
Uh oh. There goes my man. That is a what a jacket. Now there's a jacket. There's something I definitely couldn't.
Now
pull
I would say,
off.
Brandon, that's you. That's all you. You.
Hot pink, man.
Now, serious question: how much better does this make Jacksonville? I mean, they're in a bad division, right? Depending on what
Andre Rison is Jaguars
Packer.
and Packers. Yes.
Okay.
The Bad Moon Rison. I mean, they need a lot of things, but the thing is, like, what else are they going to take? They're
Right.
you can say what this does is improve you at two spots, right? That's the whole
Right.
argument. It's two.
Right, because they were in the 20s in both total offense and total defense last year. So you would think now it's going to be interesting to see where does he major and where does he minor, to use that term. I would imagine with Cohen as the coach, they're probably going to want him on offense just as much as, maybe not more, as he is on defense. Who did they hire as their defensive coordinator? I don't remember.
Not the guy who was interviewing for the head coaching position. I know that much.
No.
Patrick Graham. That's who I'm thinking of.
Patrick Graham. Yeah, Patrick Graham. Well, yeah, because Patrick Graham almost got the Raiders job. He was. Let's see. Anthony Caponelli. Caponelli. He came. Oh, he came from Green Bay. There you go.
Oh,
So
well, there's another
there's another
black and a
connection.
Greek connection.
Oh, and they also wait. Did they hire Ryan Nielsen too? Oh no, this is last year. Ryan Nielsen, Saints former Saints defensive line coach. But Patrick Graham did get a job eventually.
And putting Antonio Cromartie on the list of players to start at wide receiver and
Yeah, I heard
corner,
that.
that
Yeah,
I mean, he needed two paychecks because of all the kids he had. He needed to play two positions.
Oh, so Patrick Graham ended up being the defensive coordinator for the Raiders. So he's Pete Carroll's defensive coordinator apparently. Gary needs updates. So yes, I mean first kind of surprise. I know you wished it was your Cowboys trading up for Hunter, but you know
It was going to be expensive to get to where they needed to get him, though. That was, I
I
mean,
would
we
think
all,
so. Yeah.
yeah. The only real chance was if he got past two and started sliding, and I just wasn't really likely that was going to happen.
All right, Giants pick is in. Looks like.
It looks exactly what I'd expect the Jaguars draft party to look like.
Right, right. You
Where's
think so?
Jason? Where's Jason
You,
from the Good Place?
I was gonna say you think somebody behind the camera was like, all right, look excited, guys. So let's just.
They've probably been pre-gaming for about 3 hours now.
New Orleans, they pregame first thing in the morning. Like that's. I can't imagine going to a Saints game at noon in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
You wake up pre-gaming. Like you just.
Yeah, you gotta. You hit the alarm and it shoots a beer to you, right?
Right. So what do we think for the Giants here, Abdul Carter?
Daryl Russell, that's a name. Yeah, Abdul Carter seems like the kind of the lock.
I did see last week somebody suggested Mimbu or an offensive lineman here. I don't know.
He's a
It feels like
Mel
it feels like they're building like kind of that. Remember when they had that NASCAR package when they were winning the Super Bowl and they would just rotate
defensive
rushers in?
lineman.
Yeah, that's kind of feels like what they're doing because they got Brian Burns, they've got Kayvon Thibodeau. Now looks like they might have Abdul Carter. I mean,
They paid quite a bit for
Shedor's an
Brian
option.
Burns, didn't they?
Yeah, they traded for him from Carolina, and they gave him an extension.
Why would you need draft Shedeur when you've got Tommy DeVito already on the roster?
And
That's
Jameis Winston, and Russell Wilson.
You just rotate those guys. You let them each take a drive, and then you just rotate.
I mean, there you go, Abdul Carter. Um, First Penn State edge to be selected in the first round since your guy Micah.
I think he was technically drafted as a linebacker, though, is the thing.
Oh, okay.
Because he was coming out
okay.
of college, he was viewed as a linebacker. I don't know if they listed him as a.
So, the list of NFC East teams that have drafted Penn State linebacker slash edges. So Washington with LeVar Arrington years ago. Dallas with Micah, and now the Giants with Abdul Carter.
Wasn't one of the Eagles players a Penn State guy?
I mean, maybe they usually go SEC guys though. They're usually like they end up.
I'm thinking like '90s Eagles though, early 2000s
Oh,
Eagles.
they took a guy. I remember they took a guy named Mike Mamula. Don't ask me how.
That is a great name.
Don't ask me how. Don't ask me how I remember that one. You know how you just have like these spasms sometimes, like just these things randomly pop in your brain. File
Like
that as
random players.
yeah.
He was out of Boston College.
Oh, okay. But he was a first round pick, right? Yeah,
For seventh
thir-
overall, yes.
30 years ago, 1995. So
We have team draftees, yeah.
let me see. I guess what I'm trying to say is Penn State knows how to produce guys that can get after the quarterback. Oh, Navarro Bowman also was Penn State. I think Navarro Bowman's the guy that clotheslined Drew Brees once in a in a Saints 49ers game.
He looks like they're all number 11 too, aren't they? Isn't that like the
Yeah, that's like the number. Yeah.
yeah.
Let's see here. I'm just pulling up Penn State. Obviously Saquon, a Penn State alum as well. Ola Fushanu, who was a Jets first round pick last year, offensive lineman. Oh, that's right. Technically, our guy Will Levis went to Penn State, but he was drafted out of Kentucky. But
Mm.
he did go to Penn State. So, uh,
Oh, he wasn't a first rounder, but the Eagles had where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
oh,
Oh
your
no,
guy.
he went to Clemson. He went to Clemson.
You know who else went to Penn State is your guy Sean Lee from the
Yes.
Cowboys.
Oh yeah, I knew that one. Second round pick. He had a real Bob Sanders situation going on where he was great when he was on the field, but he wasn't always on the field.
Hmm. Well, good for the Jags. Like I said, to do what they got to do. I mean,
All right, New England is up. What are we
this.
thinking?
I think it's going to be Will Campbell. Well, now they could be open to trading. I don't think they'll want to trade too far back though, because
Right, you don't want too many offensive linemen going off the board. It kind of
I,
depends on where your tiers are, right?
I kind of wish they would just draft Genty and just blow it all up. But I don't think that's going to happen.
All right, we're 3 picks in at 7:34. How are you feeling about
We
under?
might get to, what was the number you said? Six and a
I
half,
started at 6.5.
and you moved it to 5.5.
Yeah,
We might get to
six,
6 picks
six
before.
feels about right.
Well, no, yeah, New England's pick is in. Looks like they're going to commercial here at NFL Network. Um, well, they're doing picture in picture. It looks like. Would Cleveland take Ashton Genty? They have Nick Chubb, but I mean,
Yeah, Nick Chubb is kind of I don't know. It feels like he's on his last leg.
yeah,
I think when he came back last year, he didn't really have the juice that he'd had earlier in his
yeah,
career, right? He's
yeah.
what had 2 torn ACLs now.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Um,
had one of those because I drafted him in the first round in fantasy that year. He blew out his knee like 2 games into the season or something.
yeah. So yeah, it looks like New England's the pick is in. It's not a trade. Looks so. We'll see what they're gonna do. I am curious to see what Cleveland does now because for months
What's the
it was either Abdul Carter. Well, it was Shedeur at first, and then it was Abdul, and then it was Hunter. I mean, I don't even like. Maybe
they're a
they
real
go.
wild card.
Maybe they go corner. Maybe they go. You guys, Jade Barron. Maybe I
That
don't
seems
know.
early, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like, what? I mean,
They
do
need
they need?
they need
I
a
mean, they
lot.
they do need a lot. Like to be fair, they do need a lot. But
Offensive line.
I mean that maybe they go Mimbu.
Mimbu would be great. No, no, I need the Patriots to take Mimbu and then the Will Campbell to go second. Go to the like how Peyton Manning in that commercial is just walking around with a fanny pack on.
Peyton Manning, man.
I'll drink a
How's it?
couple of Budweisers. Do you remember that after the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
And you like
yeah.
very obviously knew he was retiring.
How how's it possible that like the guy who was once the best, well, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL is now like more famous after playing? You know what I mean? Like he,
I don't know about more famous.
one of the Saints beat writers just tweeted, "Is Mike Ditka coaching the Jaguars?" That's not as much as the Saints
I was
gave
gonna
up
say
for.
they still. I think they've still got some
Yeah,
picks left.
yeah. So Jeff Ireland, who runs the Saints scouting department, said that Cam Ward and Travis Hunter were his top two prospects. So he's not a complete idiot, apparently.
Easy to say that after the fact. Just put the first two first two picks in there.
Looking like it's going to be Will Campbell here at for New England. Which, I mean, look, you got to get somebody to protect. They got to protect the Drake. I mean,
Love the Drake.
gotta love the Drake.
Got to protect the Drake.
But this is kind of a high pick because he's basically going to be a guard at first. I don't think they're going to put him at tackle to start out. Yep, there you go. Campbell's soup. That's a big boy. You see this?
Yeah, it is a big boy.
Whew.
Rocking the pinstripes too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh man, double breasted. Looks like he could be in the mafia.
But his arms are short, so just keep that in mind. I know a lot of Patriots fans are going to be they're gonna kind of think of that as taking your vegetables, but again, it's a good pick. I mean, you got to,
Yeah.
you know,
I mean, the what was it the year that everyone that Johnny Manziel came out, the Cowboys drafted Zach
right?
Martin. How'd that work
That
out?
worked. That worked out. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's probably why they thought. I mean, Gray Zabel would be a pretty good Zach Martin replacement, but I think you guys are going wide receiver. I don't. I don't
yeah.
think.
I don't think the guards
What
in
a
this class aren't as good. It's not like those
yeah.
guards aren't like
They're
Zach
not
Martin
Zach.
level.
They're not
Yeah,
Zach Martin. I mean, the best, from what I've heard, the best true guard is Tyler Booker out of Alabama. But apparently, he's like very like he's a guard, and
he's
that's all he's
only a
going to
guard.
be.
Yeah,
Like there's no versatility, no. Yeah. So 6'5", 319 for Mr. Campbell, sub 540. That's pretty good.
oh, sub five.
Sub 540.
Okay,
Yeah.
you said sub five, and I was like subpar. I was like, oh wait,
No, 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 no,
it's
no, no,
actually a good.
no, no, no. He's probably got a good RAS score. We could probably look that up. So, shout out to at MathBomb, I think is his Twitter handle, the RAS guy.
The raspberry. If I posted RAS scores, I would use my name. I would make my handle the raspberry.
Yeah, Campbell's a 9.91.
Pretty
His
good.
his height and weight are not ideal, but he ranks 15th out of 1,507 offensive tackles from 87 to this year. It's pretty good. Yeah, who's the last? I'm trying to think. Who's the last?
Someone posted Nico Harrison is wondering why the Browns asked for all those picks.
Again, still has a job. Oh, big fella's
Uh-oh.
crying. Big fella's crying.
Easy, big fella.
So I find this interesting. I was listening to Rich Eisen's show. Apparently, ESPN gets to interview the odd number picks, and the NFL Network gets to interview the even number picks. That's how they break it
How,
out.
how'd they decide on that split?
No,
Flip a coin?
Nico Harrison probably
Mm.
negotiated it. Yeah, Gary T Rex arms for Will Campbell. I'm trying to think who's the last LSU. Well, what am I saying? Kevin Falk, legend from my high school. He's a LSU guy that went to not in the first round, but Browns got the pick in.
That was fast. Relatively fast. What are we at? This will be 5.
This will be fine. We're going to get to 6. I
Yeah,
mean,
I think we
I
are.
would imagine the Raiders are going to be pretty quick, but yeah, here come all the Giants are coming back into the first round talk for a quarterback. Quick score check here. Knicks 68, Pistons 57. About 10 minutes left in the third quarter. For those who might be interested, critical game 3 in that series. They're tied at one apiece. By the way,
I'm trying to see if I can see anybody posting who the Browns pick is, but I don't see any like.
maybe they got it on lockdown this year. I mean, there have been some years, dude, where it's like they're like 3 picks ahead on Twitter. It's like
It doesn't
it's
seem like they're
ridiculous.
doing that though.
Yeah, maybe Goodell put the kibosh on it. Uh,
Mimbu?
yeah, DJ Daniel Jeremiah's talking tackle, so
Yep.
maybe it's Mimbu.
He's an
Maybe
elf
it's
Mimbu.
or maybe it's your guy Banks from
Oh, I'm on the
UT.
NFL. By the way, I'm on NFL Network. I just realized this.
So
So,
okay,
so,
all right. Well, yeah, because when you said you were seeing Campbell, I'm like, wait a minute, they're not both interviewing. Let's see here. Whoa. Okay. Was kind of hoping
he was kind of slotted in as like a top 5 guy, but a
for
lot of it
well
was
he was, but then the combine happened and his testing numbers were not great. Um, and there was talk he might even slip down to like San Francisco at 11. Like there were so that I mean, look, good for Cleveland. They got
this is a production
yeah.
pick, right? Just because what
I
he's
mean,
done.
yeah. There's people who think Walter Nolan from Ole Miss is a better prospect.
Yeah, but Walter Nolan also has a lot of character
Right.
issue. Char- Character issues might be strong, but it's a more of a like, is he a football guy,
Right.
right?
Right. Well, one thing about Mason Graham from Michigan going to Cleveland, he knows how to win in Ohio.
That's true.
I'm sure Rich Eisen's going to make that joke here on the desk here in a little bit, being the proud Michigan man that he is.
Michigan man, Michigan man.
Gary says Goodell looks like Run DMC.
I'm wondering if I should switch over to ESPN now. I'm going to do that, I think.
All right, go ahead. They'll be on pick 6. They'll be on pick 6 by then.
Booger McFarland is talking.
LSU legend Booger McFarland. Cowboy.
Super Bowl champion Booger McFarland.
He didn't play. Oh, I'm thinking of Marcus Spears. Marcus Spears played for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Cleveland needs a bunch of stuff. They still. I think this is a good pick. I mean, so Raiders are Genty, right? Raiders have got they got to be going Genty.
That feels like
Right?
the
Actually, hang on one second. Give me one second. I'll be right back. I got to grab my.
your big board. You just missed it. She asked about a Michigan man coming to Ohio
Oh man, I mean I did miss it on ESPN.
on ESPN. See, now we got full
So
coverage. Now we can
that's
now see
true.
now we're good.
So PFF did a contest, not that kind of contest, but they did a draft contest,
I'm
and
out.
I, well, no, if they go by where they went, I'm 5 for 5 so far.
There you go. Who'd you have the Cowboys taking?
Your guy, Golden Boy.
I hope you're right.
Now I do have Tedero McMillan going to the Panthers, which probably won't happen, but
Apparently the Panthers are on the phones right now, talking to
yeah,
people about trading up. So
yeah. Well, right after the Derek Carr news broke, and everybody's like, "Oh, Saints are going to be picking Shedeur." Panthers GM went out and was like, "Hey,
we
we're open for
really like
business.
Shedeur, right?
No, we're open for business. Come, get in front of the Saints so you can draft Shedeur." All right, Raiders pick is in. What if they pick Shedeur?
Okay, I don't like ESPN isn't showing. They don't have their banners on right now.
It's weird.
This is what is it? Amateur hour over here.
NFL draft is underway, according to Twitter. Thanks, Twitter. Looks like it's going to be Ashton Genty for the Raiders. It's a good pick for the Raiders. Well,
There it is. We and
oh,
we
you,
had talked about this like
yeah.
it was kind of a this is like
Well,
the last spot.
it's funny because remember when the season first ended, we were like in Sharpie, it's Shador Sanders going to the Raiders. Then they trade for Geno, and it immediately shifts to, whoop, now it's going to be Genty.
Right.
And sure enough, here it is. Um, I mean, look, there are people who have said of all the prospects in this draft, Genty's the one that they think is most likely to end up in the Hall of Fame. Like that's the kind of talent they think Genty has.
So, yeah, I think
So
my concern with him is what's the longevity on him.
right,
Like maybe he's good on the first contract, but if you have to re-sign him, what? Because he's kind of a contact guy and a little bit smaller, and how does that like hold up long term at the NFL? Because he's not Derrick Henry, right? Like
right.
Derrick Henry made Mark Ingram look like a
He's
child.
yeah, correct. He's got more Alvin Kamara in him, I would say, than Derrick Henry.
Right.
Because
But
his contact,
he is physical though.
he's physical. Yeah, no, but like his contact balance, they're just showing here on NFL Network. It's
Yeah,
hard to bring him.
his balance
Yeah,
is elite. Like
yeah.
he has elite traits.
Yep. All right, now we're at the Jets. This will be interesting to see. I think.
So Seth Byrne, who I follow and follows me, is asking. He's a Jets fan, and
Okay.
is asking. He says, "Jets, please take Tet." That's who he wants in the team.
I've heard Tyler Warren. I've heard Mimbu here.
I've heard. We've heard Jade. Jade was another one.
Well, I know you're hoping for Jade, so your bet pans out.
Well, no, I mean I heard that too, and it's also the connection between like Aaron Glenn and
True. Yeah. Well, yeah, you think a defensive head coach, right? He's going to want.
a guy who's known for running a good secondary is gonna like what he like majors in is
Right.
gonna be.
We should also mention apparently Brees Hall is available for.
That was another name that's come up in trade to the Cowboys talks.
Yeah.
Him and Etienne. Of course, that like kind of suppose that the Jags like take a running back in the draft.
What if the Jets take Shedeur?
That would be something.
That'd be
I'm
something.
sure Justin Fields would be thrilled.
Oh yeah, Justin Fields be sitting at home like seriously.
Oh, we're getting Emmitt Smith comps over here on ESPN, buddy.
Oh, did you not see? I forget who it was. Somebody they did like a floor ceiling for Genty, and the floor was LaDainian Tomlinson. It's like, what are you? Okay,
That's
sure.
not a floor. The floor is the roof.
Right. Oh, somebody who they got at the? Is that Bon Jovi at the? Oh no, it's Journey playing "Don't Stop Believin'" at the Browns draft party. Oh, Jets are ready. They got the pick in. Shout out to our guy Chris from this podcast is making me thirsty.
This will be 7.
Yeah, yeah, I was
We're
wrong.
over.
Unless they wait.
You gotta
Roger,
have
wait.
You got
8 minutes. Let's wait 8 minutes.
I think the house is going to go ahead and score and grade that better.
Uh, Pistons have made a comeback here. They're at 1 point. Knicks 70, Pistons 69. 7 minutes left in the third here. Who we got in the chat? Is it Gary still there? Thanks for hanging out, Gary. Appreciate it.
That's my uncle.
Oh, is it?
It is.
We verified.
We have verified.
Okay, good.
I assume so.
Okay. Yeah, the pace of this is pace of this draft's going pretty good. I'm
Okay, so it's not going to be Tet because I just saw Psy from Seth Byrne.
okay. I'm looking. Oh, Mimbu. That's what
He's not Bimbo.
Connor Rogers, who is the co-host of the NFL Stock Exchange podcast. He covers the Jets, and he is a Jets fan. And he just tweeted, "Jets are taking Mimbu." So I'll believe him.
He's a Mel Bimbo. He's a Mimbo.
All right. So for the Saints, let's see. Okay? So that's my first miss. If the Jets take Mimbu, that's my first.
Who'd you have? Who'd you have? The
I had
tight end?
I had Warren. I had Warren. Yeah.
Warren Peace.
War. Yeah. War. What is it good for? So for the Saints, they are guaranteed to have either Tedero McMillan, Tyler Warren, Matthew Golden.
The Giants are picking up Kayvon Thibodeau's 5th-year option.
Interesting. Right after they just drafted Abdul Carter. That's interesting. The Saints did not pick up the 5th-year option for Trevor Penning, which was not a surprise, but so as we get closer to the Saints pick, I just want to point out the Saints have never made a pick at the number 9 spot in the first round. They haven't drafted
the Bree spot.
Correct.
I think
they
you
have
to draft Shedeur there because.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, see?
Well, that leads me to my next point. It's been 54 years since they drafted a quarterback in the first round. It was some guy named Archie Manning, and they have not traded down since I think 2007.
It was
Yeah.
the Bush administration.
Right. When what's the old, when Moby Dick was a Minu? Was that the old saying? Is that the old expression?
Hey, unrelated to NFL, Walton Goggins is hosting SNL May 10th.
I saw that. Yes.
That
Yes.
would be.
I might have to check that. I forget who the musical guest is, but yeah, I saw he is hosting.
It's not the Righteous Gemstones.
That would be great. That'd be fantastic.
He just shows up in character.
Have you watched any of Righteous Gemstones?
No, that's another. I need to
Man.
because I like Walton Goggins.
I did watch episode 2 of Justified.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it's good stuff. I was surprised because I thought this was going to be the continuing story of like Oliphant and Goggins, and it kind of
It does. Like it's
Right.
It's like the plot, like the story is kind of how them like they like go on
Right.
their separate ways, but they're connected the whole way.
right.
The whole series is like that.
But I did like episode 2 with the guy breaking out of prison so he can find his money, and then he doesn't remember which house.
The houses, and then
Yeah.
the whole there's like 3 schools or whatever.
Yeah.
Mimbu.
So that's 2 years in a row that they've selected a tackle first round. Fashanu last year from Penn State.
Shanu, Mimbu. They love the ooze.
Yeah, they like that syllable. Yeah. Another big fella, 6'4",
Eh,
332.
Easy, big fella.
Another sub 540 too, 491.
Moving like that at 332 pounds is something
Man,
else.
that's well,
I don't know if I could run a sub 540 at my weight.
well. I
like half
mean,
the.
that was so one of the first years I remember actually watching the combine on TV. It was the year Teron Armstead, who recently retired.
Uh huh. Hey, yeah, that was our patron
Right.
saint.
He came out and he ran. I think he still holds the record for fastest 40 by an O lineman. I want to say it's like I have to look it up. I want to say it's like 4.8 something.
What did Orlando Pace run?
That's a great question. I know his was pretty good as well. Teron Armstead.
Orlando Pace is. Whenever I think of him, I just think of cankles.
Orlando Pace is a bad man.
4.7.
Orlando Pace?
Orlando Pace ran a 4.740. Wait,
Teron Armstead. Yeah,
this
no.
is this
So,
this is this is from the Google AI. So let me fact check this real quick.
yeah, so Google AI is telling me Teron Armstead's 40 was a 471.
Okay, so Google was the AI was correct. Allen Iverson was correct.
And he was at 6'5", 306, running a 471. That's moving it for a big fella.
Yes, and he had those cankles.
No, what you're talking about Pace or Armstead? I'm talking about Armstead.
Oh, sorry.
Let's see. Carolina's pick is in. Well, yeah, Mason Graham's off the board. That was kind of a popular.
Panthers pick is in.
Jalen Walker, I've heard, is a popular name here. Linebacker from another. Real quick, while we wait for the pick, another contest that I saw Ben Solak's running, where he gave like 60 prospects, and all you have to do is pick the ones that are going to be drafted in the first round. You don't have to pick the teams. You just pick the ones that. Now you could pick as many or as few as you want. So like, you could pick just 20 picks, but you're eliminated if any one of the ones you picked are not picked in the first round. So like I could pick 32 players, 31 of them are selected in the first round. You could pick 30 players and they're all selected in the first round, and you would win because
You got
you
them
you,
all.
you got them all. Right. So it's kind of a strategy of like, because again, you don't have to pick the team. You don't have to pick the team they go to. You just got to pick the player.
Larry Allen ran a 4.85.
Larry Allen was a big boy.
Did you ever see? So when Tyron retired a couple of weeks ago, somebody
Okay.
posted his like USC highlights where he was like moving like he was moving as a guy. Like he was it was like a
Oh,
he was like
Tyron
Tyron
Smith.
Smith, yes.
Okay. I was like, Teron Armstead went to Central Arkansas. What are you talking about? Or no, Arkansas Pine Bluff. Excuse me, not Central Arkansas.
I mean, those are basically the same school, right? USC, Arkansas, Pine Bluff.
The it's Arkansas Pine. Are they the Cotton Blossoms? It's their it's their mascot. The Boll Weevils. Is that
Cotton Dockers.
Cotton Knockers.
Yes, I had to tell my friends. My friends didn't have to tell you.
Right. Let's see. Arkansas
I
Pine
wonder.
Bluff.
I wonder if Miami's trying to get up.
That would make sense because they need O line.
And you've already had the best two taken off the board.
I think your boy Kelvin Banks might be getting his name called here in a little bit.
Tet,
Not.
Tet's gone.
Oh, did they pick Ted? Really?
Panthers taking Tet.
Hey, I got that one right.
That you know what that means though.
Saints, listen. Uh, you might be doing this stream alone if what you
Well, if the dude, if the Saints take Golden, I will walk off this. I will walk off this podcast right now.
So one of us is going to leave. Is what you're telling me. I really listen. So if assuming the Panthers are taking Tetaroa McMillan, I want the Saints to either take Barron or Jalen Walker from Georgia. If they don't take a quarterback, I'm not going to be mad if they take a quarterback, but like, yeah, I was really surprised. I mean, I know like the Panthers' defense was not good last year, but like, you got to get weapons for Bryce Young. Like, you have to.
I know they traded away their best receiver in Mingo to
Oh,
us. You know how great he is,
you got that fourth round pick, man.
Jonathan Mingo. Maybe the Mingo ain't your draft pick.
The Mingo did eat your draft pick.
Uh, who is there? Who else do they have? They've got
Xavier Legette is another receiver they have.
because they got rid of what's his name? The former Deontay Johnson.
Oh yeah, yeah,
They also have Adam Thielen, who is like 70.
right, right. The grizzled veteran, as it were. All right, let's see how Saints Twitter's holding up here. Apparently, he does not like to be called Tet.
Yeah,
Is from what I've heard.
Ted not Ted.
Yeah. Well, he's wearing Vikings colors, so that's not a good sign.
Uncle Gary, are you back from Tulsa?
Well,
I don't know if he saw my. I've got my George. This is one of our favorite lines, the Lord of the Idiots
you and
line.
Uncle Gary.
Yeah, one of the things we did is we used to go to the high school basketball championships every year,
Yep.
and what every now and then when they bring out the people to give them the like, gold and silver medals, we'd yell out, "You're all winners." There was
But
there was there was one year we were there and somebody else yelled it out and we both looked at each other and started cracking up.
suddenly a new contender arises. So yeah, we just passed. We're at 8:04, and we've got 8 picks in. So we're doing.
Saints pick is in. All right, Paul. Time to
Oh,
pull
it's
up your
not.
connections.
It's not in. It's not in on NFL Network here. Let's see. I'm looking. I'm looking to see if I can. Josina Anderson just tweeted Saints are not drafting a quarterback at 9. So. Oh, here we go. Your guy, Kelvin Banks, coming to New
Okay.
Orleans.
Okay,
Yeah.
when you said your guy, I was about to.
No. Your other guy.
Okay.
Your other guy.
You gotta
Right.
differentiate, buddy.
So 3 Longhorns are going in the first round, right? Banks, Barron, and Golden.
Are we sure Barron's going?
I would be surprised if he's not.
I think the over under I saw on him was like 29.5.
Oh, see, I don't know. I thought it'd be. Yeah, I'm caught up. I don't know why. NFL Network's taking their sweet time here, trying to. Yeah, they're interviewing McMillan right now.
Okay. What's he saying? Anything of any interest?
I mean, the usual draft thing. He's not saying anything about how he hates to watch tape, at least. Well, I mean, Ashton Genty is the seventh running back since 2015 to be drafted in the top 10. Brandon, can you name the other six?
Wait, since what year?
Since 2015.
2015. Ezekiel Elliott.
Yep, that's one.
Uh, Saquon.
Two.
When was Trent Richardson drafted? I think that was too early.
That was before, I believe. Yeah.
Before what pick?
25. So since 2015 is the
2015.
starting point.
Yeah, but what pick? Top
Oh, top 10. Top 10.
top 10. Okay.
So you had Zeke. You said Zeke and Saquon, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, Lions guy?
Lions guy. No, Gibbs was
Gibbs.
12. He was number
Okay.
12. He was 12. He was one of your guys from UT.
Oh, yeah. 7, Bijan.
Honey Bijan. Yeah, there you go. He was
Hold
8.
on, let me think about this. I got to go through teams
Okay, so
now.
you got 3. Okay, so you got 3 of the 6.
Okay. Wait. Let me go through teams. I'm trying to
Okay,
think.
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
McCaffrey?
McCaffrey was 1. Yep, that's 4.
Okay. I'm trying to like go through the teams here. So like the Seahawks didn't draft anybody that high.
No,
The Raiders feel like they should have drafted somebody that high.
no. They
No.
well, they did. They did.
Did
Genty.
Genty. Cowboys, Giants, Eagles didn't draft anybody that high. Redskins. No.
All right, hang on. The Saints pick is coming in.
Yep.
So you got two left before you. Yeah.
Well, there's still the question of us trading down.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the last Longhorn the Saints picked in the first round was your guy Kenny Vaccaro back in.
I actually wanted Dallas to draft him too.
He was a hell of a player for the Saints. Let's see, 6'5", 315 for Mr. Banks, 5'1", 640. That's not bad.
Let's see.
But he can play. Banks can play inside and out, right? He's not. I mean, they'll probably put him at tackle, I would imagine. But
Right.
from what I heard someone say today that they might put Banks at left tackle, Fawanga at right tackle, and put Penning at guard. Give Penning like one last chance to save his job. But we'll see. I don't hate it. There's a lot of other picks.
When was Todd Gurley drafted?
That's another. That's
Okay.
one of the two. Yep. Now Can I give you a hint?
Hold on. I've got. Let me. I'm just scrolling through the list right now. If there's somebody. No.
So you're just missing one. Excuse me.
Oh, Jonathan Taylor.
No.
Ooh.
Taylor was
Travis Etienne. No, Fournette.
Fournette.
Okay.
Fournette and McCaffrey were the same year,
Okay.
2017.
Yeah, one of
So,
those
yeah.
aged a little better than the other.
Well, Fournette, I think Fournette still thinks he can play. So,
How does
for what it's worth.
How does your wife feel about this Saints pick?
I haven't told her yet. She's probably not going to be thrilled. She's not. Have I told you about her hatred of UT?
Yes,
Have we
we've been
discussed
through
this?
Have
Okay.
you have you told her that I went to UT?
I have. Yes.
Okay, so,
I have,
so we're
yes.
not all
She-
bad.
Yeah. So yeah, well, you're on thin ice because you're UT alum and you're a Cowboys fan, so you're not quite invited to dinner just yet.
I do support the Lumberjacks though.
There you go. There you go. Well, Bears pick is in.
Duh, Bears. What is going on here? What's with the pants?
Speaking of righteous gemstones, the lady on the left looks like Judy Gemstone, the sister of the. Oh, schedule release.
The Bears.
Hey, so for what it's worth,
Donnie has joined. Donnie, the Bears fan, has joined us.
no, Broncos fan. Donnie the Broncos fan.
Donnie, the Broncos fan. Wait, who's our Bears? Your Bears fan
Andy.
correspondent?
Andy.
The Bears fan.
Andy the Marin. I have to check in with Andy, see if he. Donnie, welcome in. Donnie's going to be watching the Nuggets here in a little bit, probably. For what it's worth, I did have the Saints taking a tackle in my mock. I just had them take a Membu. May 14th, we get the schedule release.
All right, let's get the Bears pick in. Okay,
Right,
we're
right.
in daylight.
We're doing good here. Yeah. Oh, they're gonna boo the hell out of this pick.
Oh yeah,
Green Bay.
absolutely.
I was going to ask you this earlier. How do you feel about the draft moving around like this?
I actually like
pro?
it.
Yeah.
I'm pro. I think eventually we need to get back to New York so we can see the Jets fans live and in person booing everybody. But I do like, kind of getting it, traveling carnival, traveling circus or whatever you want to call it.
So yeah, Kelvin Banks. It looks like might be a surprise here. I think looks like the Bears might be going tight end, but not Tyler Warren.
Loveland?
Yeah,
Loveland?
looks like that might be the pick here. Okay, now we're getting so I just say yeah, it looks like the Bears are going Loveland and the 49ers pick just leaked also too. So 49ers are going Mykal Williams from Georgia.
All right, so we're on a run.
We're on a yeah.
They held up the draft too long.
Right. Oh, they're doing yeah. Rest in peace, Steve McMichael. By the way.
Hall of Famer?
Yep, just went in the Hall of Fame this past summer. Yeah.
Bear and Patriot, I believe.
Bear and Packer too.
Oh, that's true.
He's I think yeah. I know he's Bear and Packer. I think pretty sure he's Patriot too. Steve Mongo McMichael. It was weird because it came out yesterday that they were putting him on hospice care and like 3 hours later they announced that he had passed away. So
They put everything in front of the Bears pick here, didn't they?
maybe they're trying to get sympathy for him since it's
Yeah. You can't. Let's talk about Walter Payton now. Now try to boo.
It's really interesting. Like there had been buzz that Loveland was tight end one. A lot of people thought Loveland was better than Warren, so it's really interesting to see him going here ahead of Warren.
That's got to be a Ben Johnson pick. He's got.
Oh yeah,
This
yeah.
is.
Well, Ben. Well, I mean, remember
even-
the Lions. The Lions had Laporta and. So hey, that's two Michigan guys in the top 10, by the way.
And they kind of rebuilt their offensive line through like trades
Yep.
and free agency, and so that wasn't necessarily something that they needed to just go out and.
Yeah, they were.
Their
well,
hands weren't tied.
Because
of
I
that.
made the comment on the show. I reached out to Andy at one point during the process. I said, because there was a lot of buzz of Genty to the Bears at one point, and
I'll take some more.
he said he wanted he wanted their pick in the first round, their weight to start with a 3. Well, Colson Loveland's not exactly, he's 285, I think, but not quite.
Just feed him a biscuit.
Yeah, right.
As we used to say about Roy Williams being a linebacker, he's a biscuit away from being a linebacker. Probably should have just fed him the biscuit at some point, based on his coverage skills.
Yeah, so that's probably that might be the first surprise, maybe. Well, Mason Graham, I guess, to the Browns, but
I didn't think that was. I feel like Tet to the Panthers was
oh,
a little bit more.
Panthers, yeah, that one,
Yeah.
yeah, that one's a little, yeah. Eagles are going to end up with Jalen Walker, aren't they? Another another freaking Georgia edge rusher goes
Yeah,
to
they always well,
Philadelphia.
they always like have somebody fall into their
Right,
lap and it's like
Jalen Carter. Yeah,
look at the great job drafting, and it's like
yeah.
okay, everybody else just screwed up.
Well, okay, so assuming that Mykal Williams is the pick for the 49ers, that means your boys are up. What are we thinking here? How are we feeling?
Fingers crossed.
You
I would
hoping
rather
for?
them just. I know they're probably going to trade down, and then I'm going to have to wait longer and sweat it out a little more.
Yeah.
Mike Ditka, former Cowboy legend.
There you go. Yeah. Would the Cowboys entertain the fact of drafting a tight end?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't.
You know who's really happy right now is the Colts because the Colts have been wanting Tyler Warren, and now it looks like he might get there because I don't think Cowboys are going tight end. Dolphins, I don't think are going tight end. So Tyler Warren, and by the way, the comparison, the NFL comparison for Tyler Warren has been Dallas Clark, who was Colts legend back in the day, out of the University of Iowa. See what
Everybody on my feed is saying Please take Jalen Walker or Matthew Golden.
Well, I mean, Jalen Walker would be a hell of a piece to go with Micah. Um, I don't know what kind of who's the new defensive coordinator in Dallas.
Eberflus.
That might Jalen Walker wouldn't be a bad chess piece for you, but yeah, I don't know. Schottenheimer might
There's a
have
lot of noise about Tyler Booker right now. I don't like this, Paul.
trade back. What if they traded back and got Booker?
I want my boy.
You want
Yeah.
Golden Boy. Well, I'm trying to think who would want to trade up at the. I mean, unless the Colts want to trade up from 14 so they can get Warren, just to be sure they get Warren.
The Dolphins?
Or if there's a team, or maybe
I guess you're talking teams that want to leap the
leap the-
Dolphins.
leap the Colts. I'm looking. Let's see here. Yeah, I had Loveland going 22 to the Chargers. I bet Jim Harbaugh's pissed. He wanted his guy. He wanted his Michigan guy.
Michigan man, Michigan man.
I mean, look, Gray Zabel's sitting right there. You know, he. Okay, what? In all seriousness, what pick would make you shut down the shut down the stream right now? Like, just
I mean,
I'm out.
I mean, Booker's disappointing, like for sure, because he's just like the guy that's like, he's the one that we talked about he was just a guard, right?
Yeah, he. All the projections I've seen for him is he's not very
Versatile.
versatile. Yeah, and his movement's not doesn't have great movement. But he's a road. Yeah, he's a road blocker. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
he'll clear the road for you. So. Oh, I haven't been keeping up with the chat. My apologies. Ooh, Donnie said Broncos may want to come up for Warren. That'd be a good idea.
I was trying to figure out what this graphic was supposed to be.
What graphic?
They posted so they it's talking about the like the Steelers have the 21st pick and like then it's showing like the teams 11 through 20 all basically are set at quarterback.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I gotta go check on something. I'll be back in time for the Cowboys pick, I promise.
Unless they trade back. Well, I guess then you would still be back in time. All right, we're getting a lot of extracurricular activities in front of the picks now, which is all right. Stephen Jones appears to be on the phone a lot, so that's a good sign, I hope. All right. Michael Williams. Cowboys are on the clock. Let's see what we get. I don't think we're drafting a tight end. All right, it's Tyler Booker. I need Paul to get back over here so he can take he can take the stream over by himself. I think what this really means is that nobody wanted to trade with us. All right, Paul. I'll leave it to you for the rest of the night.
Uh-oh. What happened? What happened?
Looks,
What
it
I
looks
missed?
like Booker is the
Oh, no.
God. Paul
Bookman?
Bookman?
You'd probably rather draft Bookman.
Well, he's not going to be a bookend. He's just going to be.
Oh, man.
I don't know what happens to Ewers. I think I don't know. He's probably a day 3 guy. I just don't think he has the arm strength for
You were,
the
yeah.
NFL.
I know the Saints met with him. Well, Jerry looks happy.
I think it's also a question of like how hurt was he last year, and like what do you
Yeah.
what do you project if you kind of take a lot of last year as an injured season.
Oh, a lot of boos for the Cowboys.
Shocker. All right, can we trade up to
I
get my
mean,
boy?
he's a big. Now look, he's an impressive looking fella. Looking at
Easy, big fella.
6'4", 321.
I think he just picked up another grown man and carried him.
Hey,
That's a good.
I see it right now.
That's a good sign for the run game, I guess. But like,
Listen, you gotta,
he's excited at least. I like the enthusiasm.
So I guess this might be a dumb question, but I'm guessing Uncle Gary is a Cowboys fan also.
He, of course.
Okay. Donnie, if Tyler Warren falls to the Broncos at 20, that's going to be a gift. I don't know if it'll happen, but so I'll put it this way: you're not as excited as you were, say, when Zach Moore. Oh, he's about to body slam Goodell over here.
Now that would make if he did that,
Now
then I'd really be.
now we're
Then
talking.
Then we're talking.
So you're not as excited about Booker as you may have been, say, about Zach Martin back in.
No. Well, the thing with Zach Martin was also that I really wanted Aaron Donald that draft, and he went like 2 picks ahead of us to the Rams.
To the Rams, yeah.
We talk about my Josh Allen evaluation a lot, but I was pretty spot on with the Aaron Donald one at least.
I saw someone, I forget who it was, someone today said, look for a run on offensive lineman here in the first round, and it's been that.
It's
We've
happened,
got,
yep.
was this 4 now? Is this 4 or 5?
Well, we got
Campbell, Mimbo, Banks,
Booker.
and Booker. So 4, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe Luther Burden will be there for us in the second.
I mean,
He's like minus 300 to go in the second round now. I don't think he's dropped. I don't think he's getting picked. I don't think he's getting picked tonight.
look, listen. Best case scenario, this guy plays for you for 10 years. You never know. All right, so who's up? Dolphins. This is bad for the Dolphins. Dolphins needed offensive line, and they're all gone now, right? Who's
left?
that's what I'm gonna look up. Well, the kid from Oregon, Connerly. Yeah, Donnie, I agree with you. Burden. I don't know why. Why did Burden fall? Did he?
The only thing is like his production in this last year, but a lot of that I think was just because their quarterback stunk.
Yeah, Brady Cook. Yeah, who's also in. Let's see here. What do we got? NFL draft tracker. Yeah, I think Josh Connerly, if I had to guess, would be the best available. He's a tackle from Oregon. A little bit of it. The Saints were actually rumored to be picking him.
The Cowboys now have 3 Tylers on their offensive line.
Smith, Booker,
Guyton.
Right? Name that Tyler.
Tyler, Texas.
Hey, there you go. Okay, so on I'm just following along on ESPN.com here. So according to what the needs for the Dolphin, the best available for them is Jalen Walker from Georgia. They also mentioned Derek Harmon, the defensive tackle from Oregon. And this tracker just crashed. Okay, there we go. What if, what if the Dolphins just took Shedeur right now? I'm trying to think at this point, like, who's the funniest team to take Shedeur?
There's a lot of funny teams that could take Shedeur.
Let's see what Twitter says here. What is Jerry
Anything?
Jones doing? And that wasn't a Cowboys fan who said that.
Did you accidentally log into my account?
I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean to. I'm not going to tell you Tyler Booker's RAS score, by the way. You'll throw up. Let's see. No, I don't see any. I don't. Nobody's tipping the Dolphins pick here. Relatively quiet. We only had one trade up. Atlanta takes Shedeur. That would be.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go, Donnie. Donnie's thinking. Donnie's playing
Donnie,
3D chess, man.
there we go. That's the best one.
And then they trade Cousins to the Saints. That's what happened.
They trade Cousins tonight, and then Shedeur gets drafted by the team that trades for Cousins.
Curious to see, where is Kelvin Banks from originally? Oh, hey, Kelvin Banks just turned 21 on March 10th, so happy birthday to him.
He's from Humble.
Oh, there you go. Local kid.
I did see
Local to us. Local to us.
KHOU. I wouldn't. I
Well,
consider.
right.
Local to me is if they're from East Texas.
Fair enough.
Well,
But when they showed him at his home on NFL Network. They said Houston, but I mean, as you and I know, when you say Houston, that could be
anywhere within a 2-hour radius.
biggest county in the United States, right? Harris
He went
County.
to Summer Creek.
All right, so let's see. This could be a spot for Jahdae Barron, maybe the Dolphins. They need a corner. I'm really surprised we're not seeing more movement, more trade movement. Albert Breer said Tyler Booker is a tough, mean Cowboys type of pick. So there you go, buddy. Apparently, Willie Green, the coach of the Pelicans, was in the Saints war room for some reason. Kelvin Gemstone. That's right. That's right, Donnie. Donnie, are you caught up on Righteous Gemstones? I caught up today. It's quite the show. Quite the show. All right, let's see here. So Dolphins
Kenneth
are.
Grant.
Ooh, another Michigan man.
Are we up to three Michigan men?
Well, Rich Eisens must be loving this. I mean, there were people there for a while. There were people who thought Grant was just as bad as, or just as good, excuse me, as Mason Graham. Like there were people. So, all right. So I'm guessing the Colts are running this card in for Tyler Warren right now. I could be wrong. Yeah, Judy Gemstone is fantastic, Donnie. Donnie, you might have missed it, but earlier when those two ladies came out to announce the NFL schedule release on May 14th or whatever it is, the one on the left I said looked like Judy Gemstone. She was dressed to the nines.
How many seasons are there?
They are on season 4. This is the last season.
Okay.
And it's only like 8 episodes a season, I want to say. Or 9 episodes a season. I will say, be prepared for Walton Goggins and Righteous Gemstones. He is on a whole other plane of existence, man. It is something to behold. Baby Billy Freeman is one
Yeah, I
of
knew
the
he was it Uncle Baby Billy?
Uncle Baby Billy. Yep.
Yeah.
I remember watching. I watched the first season during COVID. I remember sitting at my desk here in the kitchen watching an episode, and there's a line he says. I'm not going to repeat it because I don't want us to get shut down. But it's there's a line he said, and I laughed for like 5 minutes straight. It was his delivery, like his look on his face, just perfect. Yep, Colts pick's already in. What if they pick Shedeur?
But they've got dimes.
Oh yeah,
I don't
that's
think
yeah.
round pick on a quarterback when you've already got your
How
guy in the
dare
building.
disrespect Danny Dimes?
Who knows? Maybe this is the year Anthony Richardson completes 50% of his passes.
They just showed his stats from last year. It was pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
I would always betting the under on Anthony Richardson
I loved.
completions was a very financially rewarding prospect.
Love. I would imagine Shane Steichen going to Anthony Richardson and said, "Son, have you heard of Taysom Hill? We're gonna, we're gonna turn you into Taysom Hill. Let's see what we got here."
That seems about right.
Yep.
They got
There
their
you
war
go.
in peace.
There you go. Yeah, he wears the Dallas Clark number. He plays like Dallas Clark. Yeah, that means. Now, who's going to throw him the ball? That's going
Also
to be.
named after a city like Dallas Clark.
Yeah, there you go. In Texas, no less.
Yep.
I mean, we got all. Listen, folks, we got all the bases covered here at Righteous Gemstones. Maybe we should change. We'll change the name of the podcast to Righteous Gemstones. See if that.
How about the Righteous Boys?
The Righteous Boys,
Dim Righteous Boys.
them Righteous Boys. Yeah, the biggest thing with Warren that I saw, biggest criticism I saw of Warren is he can take plays off sometimes. You know, like if he's not in the. So Donnie thinks Broncos are going to go Travion Henderson or Omarion Hampton. I know you don't. You want Travion for the Cowboys.
Yeah, but I also bet on Travion to be the second running back drafted. So there's that.
True, that's true. So that's what we call a conundrum. That's what we call.
It's like the the Larry
Yeah,
David, that Larry David gift.
Right, the Palestinian chicken. Yeah, so my mock draft is completely in shambles. Who are we up to now? The Falcons. Rise up.
Shedeur, baby.
Here we go.
I saw somebody posted a meme. It was like, "I'm having a bad day," and then it was the Falcons logo, and it said, "Let's make it worse."
Tyler Warren, 6'5", 256. That's pretty good size for a tight end. All right, so we're almost halfway through the first round here, buddy. And we're doing pretty good. We'll
About an hour 40. Hour 40.
yeah, so
in.
we'll hit 2 hours and they'll be more than halfway through. Should be more than halfway.
Yeah, that's not bad. This will move faster than our usual podcast episode.
Look, I have a lot to say, okay? Maybe the Falcons will be trading. The next big candidate to trade back, I would think, is the Vikings because they only have 4 picks total this year. But, who knows?
Well, everyone on Cowboys Twitter is furious at the pick, so that.
Yeah, Saints Twitter is. Oh, we got a Micah Parsons reaction. Hold on.
Oh, what do you say?
Let's see here.
And the Dallas Cowboys are selected. Tyler Booker, offensive lineman from Alabama, is the official pick out of the
My, the look on his face, man. You got to find this. Go to Brandon Laurie's Twitter, and he tweeted the
How do you spell Lori?
Loree.
Oh, I know this guy. He pops up on my feed sometimes. Where is it?
That's who I just saw the video from. Here, you know what? I'll tweet. I'll. Well, now I gotta now I gotta find it again, but I can retweet it. You see the look on his face?
He looks about like I looked.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So both of our teams went offensive line first pick. Yeah, Saints Twitter mixed reactions. I'll say at best. Kelvin Banks. It's weird, man. Like that the Kelvin Banks pick that just kind of came like within the last few days, honestly. Like
I mean, that's how the Booker one was too.
yeah, that's why I hate this whole process, man. Whole thing's like people just lying to each other and you know. I mean, I get it. You can't
just tell people.
Can't
what
just
you want.
Falcons are taking their time here.
They certainly are. It would be funny if they pulled the Vikings and just like completely
lost their pick. Yeah. ESPN has their best fit for the Falcons listed as Derek Harmon, the defensive tackle from Oregon. Jalen Walker is listed as best available, but Jalen Walker would be a low moving cost coming from Georgia to the Falcons. Who's still in the? Oh, Maxwell Hairston, ran the fastest 40 at the combine.
Remember,
yeah, smoke screens, Donnie. That's right, smoke screens. Yeah.
I still can't believe Jalen Milroe got an invite. That seems.
I mean, I hate to say it, but that almost seems like that's who the Saints are going to trade in the first round.
There you go. You're trading up for it.
I've heard Cleveland's high on him too. We'll see. I'm surprised the Falcons are. Maybe the Falcons take your boy. Well, no, yeah, the Falcons need another receiver, right? They'll take both. Reunite with Bijan, right?
Well, I don't know if they were there at the same time because remember he transferred from
U of H,
from Houston. Yeah.
All right, looks like we got the pick in here. Weather looks nice in Green Bay. At least, I mean,
I think
probably
it's like
cold.
in the yeah. Well, it's not. I think it's like in the upper 50s.
Oh, that ain't bad at all.
Like nice, yeah.
Look at those first round picks for the Falcons: Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Bijan Robinson, and Michael Penix.
Those are certainly some first round picks.
Although I will say, at least the Falcons are not in the Saints' boat. They have a quarterback plan. Yeah, Donnie, I agree with you. I think Milroe's the next Taysom Hill, honestly. Like I think that's how people are going to try to use him, at least at the beginning.
I agree that he can't pass.
I mean, that game against Michigan in the bowl game was bad.
It was ugly.
Whew. It was bad, man.
He's like the worst passing version of Jalen Hurts, which does.
Right.
What if we made Jalen Hurts but made him worse at passing? That's what Milroe was.
All right, Falcons look happy. It'd be great if you just went to a war room and somebody's
Furious.
cussing and
Yeah.
fury and just like pounding. Like,
Well, that's got to be the situation when the Vikings missed that pick.
right. Or like you cut to the war room and you see the coach just punching the GM in the face or something. It'd be great. We might be getting into Giants trading up territory here. Oh, well, here we go. Falcons pick is in. Let's see what we got. Is
Jalen Walker.
that who it is?
Fair, Donnie. Although Jalen, the problem with him is he's a let me take one look, and if my first read's not there, let me either hold it for a while or then just tuck it and run.
I think Kellen Moore did a lot of good for Jalen Hurts last year. At least that's what I'm hoping as a Saints fan who just hired Kellen Moore as their head coach. All right, so Jalen Walker, low moving costs, going from University of Georgia to the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, why didn't the Cowboys just trade back and take Booker? But like, I
You
think
got to have
people.
somebody.
That's the thing. Is like people are just
Yeah.
like, well, why didn't you trade back? It's like, well, what if no one's
Takes.
trying to trade? You can't just call somebody and say, hey, we're trading back. You come up here.
I
That's not
did
how it
hear.
works.
I did hear. I forget what team it was. Somebody was saying that teams were calling to trade back, not to trade up, to trade back.
Yeah,
Like,
everyone's trying to trade back, but like if everyone's trying to trade back, no one's.
right. Um, okay, so here we are. We're up to pick 16, and it's the Arizona Cardinals. Um, yeah, my mock draft is completely in tatters, as it were.
Is Jalen Walker a defensive lineman, or is he kind of just an off-ball linebacker?
Off-ball linebacker is what
Okay.
I've seen him listed as. I think NFL Network has him as a linebacker. So
There's like a question of like, is he actually better as a linebacker, or should you just turn him into an edge? Right. That's like kind of
yeah, so I
open.
think
He is
technically
listed as a linebacker.
he's the first linebacker to be drafted. Technically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Abdul Carter was an edge.
Correct.
So how many defensive players have we had so far? 3. We had Abdul Carter and the
No,
two
it's
Georgia
been more,
guys.
it's been more than that. There's been
Oh,
a couple-
Mason Graham, the
yeah,
two deep Michigan
defensive-
guys. Yeah, that's right. That's
defensive
right.
tackles. Yeah,
That's right. But we have not. Correct me if I'm wrong. We have not had a corner except for Travis. If you don't count Travis Hunter, we've not had a pure
pure corner.
corner. Yeah. Arizona Cardinals up here. Maybe they take Shedeur. Tell
You
Kyler
just-
Murray to
You just
hit
use
the
that
bricks.
same infrastructure that you just use that infrastructure that you got for Kyler. Shadeur's mobile, right?
That's why he hadn't been picked yet. I think is because of his.
He needs to go to a team with an offensive line, I think.
Well, I don't know if that. I don't know if Arizona qualifies.
Fair.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go to Arizona and play in a division with the Rams, who have Jared Verse and Braden Fisk. 49ers have Bosa, and they just drafted Mykal Williams. You have Trey McBride,
And
Marvin Harrison Jr., right?
yes. Who's their
didn't
other
do-
Who's their other wide receiver? Dortch. Greg Dortch. Greg Dortch.
Well, they have your cousin James Conner. too.
True.
Yeah, I think we need to be on the lookout here, potentially for the Giants or the Browns, maybe trading up. Remember, the Browns got a bunch of extra draft capital now because they just traded back with Jacksonville, so can maybe use that. Hey, Memphis is tied with Oklahoma City.
The game hasn't started yet.
No, they're 3 minutes in. It's
Okay.
4-4. Donnie, good luck to the Nuggets tonight. I know they got a big, big game 3 against the Clippers. I need to make sure I keep. Yeah, I was like, man, nobody's in the chat, and then I scrolled down. I was like, oh, there it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
It reminds me of. Oh, when I was a teacher. We had this English teacher at one of the schools I taught at. She kept getting complaints from parents because she wouldn't respond to emails.
Uh huh.
And apparently she went into and she was an English teacher, and she went into the department head, and I knew the department head, and the department head said she came to her, and it's like, look, my email inbox is empty. And the department head reached over on her laptop and hit the refresh button. It's like, yeah. It's like, well, now it's not.
It's like opening the closet when the kids piled in the cartoons
Right.
when they piled everything into the closet, and then you open the door.
Turn on the light switch and all the cockroaches come up. You know?
I liked it a
All
lot
right.
better before you hit that button.
Right. All right, let's see. Pick is in for the Cardinals. I had them, for what it's worth, I had them going Will Johnson, corner out of Hey, we might get our third Michigan guy here. Let's see.
Walter Nolan.
Ooh. I like
There's
that.
another defensive lineman.
The defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Defensive, yeah,
It's
interior.
been a defensive tackle night.
It's 3, right?
Big night for tackles.
Big night for tackles. Hey, another Houston kid looks like Walter Nolan.
Because
Bengals.
he's the one that started at A&M and then transferred to Ole Miss.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds.
Am I,
No, you could be
No,
right.
one
I
of-
don't.
one of them did. It was the one with a character.
No,
concern.
well, Nolan was at. Okay, so Nolan was born in Memphis. He went to school at A&M for 2 years, and then he transferred to
Ole Miss.
No.
Yeah, because all the talk was that the um the reviews from his A&M coaching staff were not exactly glowing.
Okay. All right, so we are officially halfway through the first round.
So apparently Brian Schottenheimer was a big fan of Tyler Booker.
Well, there you go. There you go.
I don't know if Golden Boy is going to be drafted before 18 and a half at this rate. I mean, I guess he could go to Seattle, right?
Seattle would be a good fit. Cincinnati wouldn't take him. Huh?
They just paid. They just paid to wide
Oh,
receivers.
that's true. Yeah, right. See, I think Cincinnati needs defense badly.
Yeah, I think their first position player selected was like minus 175 as defensive line.
Yeah. So James Pierce Jr. is listed as the best fit according to ESPN. He's a edge rusher from Tennessee. I mean, obviously they have the Trey Hendrickson thing they got to deal with too.
I think Pierce was another character question guy.
Yeah. Measurable. He tested really well. He was another like Shamar Stewart. Tested really well at the combine.
Shamar Stewart's still on the board.
Shamar Stewart. He might fall. Maybe the Saints will get him in the
Him in the
second.
second round. How would you feel about that? Better?
I'm a little better with that one. I'm a
Okay.
little better with that one. While we're waiting, do you want to talk about Severance while we're
Oh yeah, we should catch up on the season finale, which was
By the way, I was listening to this song.
we should spoiler warning this.
Yeah, this is a spoiler warning. If anybody, Donnie or Uncle Gary, if you haven't watched,
Or if you
haven't
plan
watched-
on watching in the future.
plan on watching Severance, yeah, maybe want to mute us for about 5 minutes. But the song at the end of the season 2 finale, while
Uh
when
huh.
they're running, when Mark and Helly are running,
Uh huh.
you know who sings that song?
Dave
The
Matthews.
Velvet Fog.
Oh, really? Meltor Man.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know
Was
if so. I don't know if you realize this, but if you watch, so I watch it on my phone usually.
oh, I watched it on the TV.
So I watch it on my phone, and there's a feature called Insight. It's kind of like Prime Video has X-ray, and
Uh
it'll
huh.
tell you like who the actors are in the scene, but it'll also tell you if there's any music playing. It'll tell you what song it is, and then even better, you can add that song to your Apple library right from that screen. Like you can just hit the add button, and yeah, I was listening. I looked it up today, and yeah, it's I think it's called Windmills in Your Mind or something like that. But it's Mel Torme, the
Oh,
Velvet Fog. So, but yeah, so what was your overall thoughts on the show and on
I just,
season 2?
I mean, I thought something was because of the way they kept arguing back and forth on their like in any on the any Audi conversation. Like you kind of thought, but they got so far that I was like, okay, they're gonna make it out. But then Helly shows up. Like
Right.
I sort of blame Helly on this one.
That yeah.
I did love the season two the way they did the like the camping. Like you don't realize that it's
Yeah.
not Helly
Yep.
until they go camping, and then Irv is like, "You're not," because you think she's just lying about it because
So
she's
my
ashamed.
my early season 2 prediction was that Irv had actually perfected integration,
Uh huh.
and so he could like
Go back
go
and
in
forth.
between. That obviously didn't pan out, but yeah, no, the Helly thing. I remember one of the podcasts I listened to. I want to say it was like after episode 2 or 3 of the season. They're like, yeah, that's not Helly. That's Helena.
Mm.
Like that was a big theory. But the way they handled it, to your point, I thought was excellent. The way they
How do you feel about Milchick? Because I actually like kind of feel bad for him
oh,
at certain
so as far
points.
as the character, I love him.
I love
Yeah,
the dancing during the drum
the
line
marching band
too.
thing, the
Oh,
marching
that
band
was
thing was fantastic. Yeah. By the way, I texted you this, but he's going to be in Mission Impossible, the new Mission Impossible movie.
really. Is he a bad guy?
Yeah, I don't know.
We don't know.
They showed him in the trailer though. The most recent Mission Impossible trailer that came out, they showed him. Hey, by the way, Grizzlies 12, Thunder 4.
Oh, we're on a run.
7 minutes left in the first quarter.
The line was Grizzlies plus 10 when I checked in on it earlier
There
today.
you go. There you go. Pick is in for the Bengals. Yeah, I'm interested to see where they go. I feel like, I mean, obviously I think they've exhausted the whole like any Audi thing.
This is my is like I wanted to do season 3 and I feel like that's going to be where you need to cut off. All right, Bengals pick
I
is
almost said
in.
they could. I almost said they could have stopped at season 2, honestly. But now Ben Stiller did say, "Oh, it's our guy,
There he
Shamar."
is. We just talked about him.
It's
Shamar Stewart now off the board.
That's a shame.
That's a shame.
Ooh, he got the leprechaun green on. Well,
I
isn't
guess I guess
green?
I guess he heard it was the green room and he misunderstood misunderstood.
Isn't
Why?
green? Isn't green like a sneaky alternate A&M color? I thought I saw like some A&M. Maybe it was just St. Patrick's Day, but I thought I saw some A&M stuff around town.
I don't think I've ever. I think you saw it on St. Patrick's Day.
Maybe that's what it is. A lot of Aggies around our neck of the woods here.
Yeah, so many that I can't even get a UT shirt at the local academy.
I did alert my former colleagues to your
To my
plight.
plight. Yes.
I don't know if it'll make a difference, but
Oh, I was not happy.
I mean, listen, this guy Stewart, he's definitely impressive physically, but 4.5 sacks in his career at A&M. That's not.
Someone posted that Miles Garrett had more sacks in his game against UTSA than Shamar had in his entire career.
And people after the combine, that was the comparison was Shamar Stewart to Miles Garrett. It's like no, these are two different things. Like we're not.
The entire argument for Shamar is that everybody else was cleaning up the pressures that he caused because he caused a lot of pressure.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Chris Sims thinks he's going to be the best edge rusher in the draft.
I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility, but like, you're betting on traits. You're not betting on actual production.
Look. As a Saints fan, I'm just snake bit by the whole. The Marcus Davenport thing has scarred me for life. Like, now look, he's going to a team. If Trey Hendrickson stays there, that's going to help Stewart because I mean, you would imagine Hendrickson's going to get a lot of the attention, and Stewart
will help each other, right?
Yeah, exactly, right. So, we'll see. The Bengals are definitely. We're now getting into teams that missed the playoffs, but should be in the playoff mix. I would say going into next season.
Well, the Bengals were. Can they get their act together with the defense? Every week.
Every week it was like, yeah, surely.
Well, the Bengals could get on a run.
I mean, and then Donnie was happy the Bengals didn't get it together because that helped the Broncos make the playoffs. But yeah, well, 26-17 Grizzlies. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Excuse me. That's right. New defensive coordinator for the Bengals, Al Golden.
They did not draft Golden though.
Yeah.
This is my guess is that Seattle takes him here.
Yeah, I've heard for Seattle, Gray Zabel, the guy from North Dakota State, that's been a popular.
Who was also another mention to the Cowboys.
What about your friend Trang? What's her?
I need to let me check in on what she's thinking.
Where's her head at? Yeah.
Where's your head at?
Would you like to hear a quote from Steve Sarkisian about the Saints' new offensive tackle, Kelvin Banks?
Sure.
I think Kelvin's your perfect Longhorn. I've said this all along. I would tell any player coming into our program, if you want to be great, be like Kelvin Banks. His demeanor, his work ethic, his drive, his attention to detail, his ability to remain consistent in his approach on and off the field, it all shows in his play. He's a high-level player who obviously has all the measurables that the NFL is looking for in a great left tackle, and he started there for us from the day he arrived as a freshman. So there you go. So seal of approval from Sark, sounds like.
There it is, Grace Abel.
There you go. That was my low-key. If the Saints would have traded back, which they never do, that would have been the guy I would have wanted, Zabel. Because Zabel's played all 5 positions. I know it's North Dakota State, but he's played all 5 positions on the offensive line.
Well, also he went to the Senior Bowl and basically just
dominated
everybody.
Yeah.
There's a difference between a guy who just went to North Dakota State and a guy who went to North Dakota State but also, showed up against actual, big school competition.
6'5", 312 measurements there on Gray Zabel. All right, now we're up to the winners of the NFC South, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. We're 2 hours in, and we're at pick 19. Yeah, so we're blowing through it pretty good. Donnie, the Broncos are coming. We're getting close. So hang with us, Donnie. We'll get your Okay, I'm retweeting this. Coming your way, Brandon.
Uh-oh. That's about how I felt too.
You should make that your avatar on on Twitter.
I think I'm just gonna stick with Marcus Simeon here.
Yeah, Shamar Stewart. His RAS score was a perfect 10. 4.58 40 at 6'5", 267. That's had a 40-inch vertical,
The Bucks are
10-inch
now on the Bucks are now on the clock. Your AFC South.
NFC South.
What did I say? AFC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think this is going to be either James Pierce or Jahad Campbell.
They're gonna bring the Holy War.
They're going to bring the Holy War, bro. They need a well. Levante David's not getting any younger, so they could use another linebacker. I know Trevor Sikkema, who hosts the NFL Stock Exchange. He is a Bucks fan, and I think he's been on the Jahad Campbell train for a while.
The Knicks took out the Pistons in Game 3.
Yeah,
Going
they
back
just switched
to
over. They just switched over to. Actually, let me
the
see.
Grizzlies are now up. Grizzlies actually have a 10-point lead right now.
There you go.
We won a quarter. Okay, it's down to 8.
Hey, there you go, buddy.
All right, Paul. I'm gonna hop off for a sec. I'll be right back.
All right, I'll hold
can
the fort
vamp.
down.
You
I'll hold
vamp.
the fort down. All right, so while Brandon goes, takes a quick break. Donnie, why is the Nuggets Clippers game on NBA TV and not TNT? Somebody's got to explain that one to me. That seems less than ideal, but see who we got in the chat here. We got two people in the chat. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We're still trying to grow our audience here, so we appreciate you spending some time with us on draft night. Um, Looks like the Bucks pick is in. Memphis is up 34-23 on OKC. The first quarter coming to a close there. Nuggets, Clippers. Yep, Donnie, looks like it's coming up here. They're getting ready to tip off. Nuggets, Clippers got to be the best, most competitive series, I would say, of the first round so far. Brandon's back here. Grizzlies up 10.
They put up 34 points in a quarter. That's a miracle.
Yeah. They're killing Donnie here. They just need to tip off this Nuggets Clippers game. I don't know what they're taking so long. Also, I've got
Basketball games never tip off at what time they say they are. They're at least usually 15 minutes late at the minimum.
I was saying before you came while you were away. I think Nuggets Clippers is probably the most competitive of the first round series. Well, Knicks Pistons maybe.
Train seems pretty happy with the.
With the pick.
Yep.
Well, they needed that was a need for them for the Seahawks was offensive line. So
We should get.
looks.
We should get. We need to get her in the chat. She's actually a Clippers fan. We can have her and Donnie.
Oh!
Have her and Donnie fight it out.
Scandals and animals.
Yeah. Another animal act? What is this, amateur hour?
Buck's pick is in. I'm not seeing any. Nobody's tipping the pick here. Let's see what we got. See if we got any. Ooh, looks like the Bucks are taking Emeka Ibuka from Ohio State.
Ooh, a buka.
So then add that to a wide receiver room of Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Jalen McMillan. Man, that's
I want to give Goodell props. He actually pronounced the name pretty well, given given his history of
yeah.
picks like Marcus Mariotto.
Um, yeah. I mean, for a while there, I would have not have I would have loved. Oh, thanks, Donnie. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh, we're very professional. That's a. I'll have to put that on
Well,
my old
I
LinkedIn profile.
can't speak for myself, but yeah, Ibuka was. I was kind of hoping the Saints would pick him for a while there, but this past season, if he had come out last year, he probably would have been top 10. He might have been a top 10 pick.
Did you hear his quarterback was very, very had a lot of good things to say about him.
Complimentary.
Very complimentary of him.
So, all right, Donnie. Broncos are on the clock.
I think
Yeah, they got a choice of running back. Well, let's see. Now here's Brandon's conundrum here. Does Travion go? Maybe we get back-to-back Ohio State players. We get Travion. Maybe it's Omarion Hampton.
so. Ibuka seems like the guy who's like maybe not necessarily a ceiling guy, but you know what you're going to get.
Right,
So he's like
right.
a high floor, high character guy who's going to play hard. Um, just like high football IQ guy. I think he's
And-
also like a really good blocker in the run game.
Yes.
I think that's also part of
Yeah,
his makeup.
and he I mean, listen, receivers from Ohio State usually work out in general. So, yeah, as a Saints fan, I kind of hate this pick. So,
When the Eagles draft Matthew Golden at pick 32,
oh,
I will commit seppuku live on screen.
we won't. We will not be professional. You will not be professional in that
there will
moment.
be no more professionalness on after that.
You will not be professional in that moment. Um, yeah, Broncos. Let's see what they got here. Well, and also Steelers at 21. This could be Shedeur coming. Donnie, I'm on NFL Network. Are you on ESPN, Brandon?
I'm on ESPN.
Okay, I'm on NFL Network, Donnie.
The Grizzlies have put up 40 in the first quarter.
So is this one of those like this is going to be their one game that they win kind of thing?
Yeah, the gentleman's sweep here.
Gotcha. Nuggets Clippers is about to tip off here. Also have Golden Knights and Wild.
Yeah, the Stars went up 2-1 last night.
Oh, good.
What's the thing is like so the Stars? I know you don't follow hockey very closely,
I do not. No.
so I will clue you in. So what I saw in the odds before the series started was that I think the Stars and the Avalanche, basically whoever wins that matchup, is probably going to be the favorite to come out of the West.
Well, I mean, I'm guessing Donnie's an Avalanche fan, so you got to be careful here.
Oh, but the Stars are also missing like two of their best players right now. So they don't have Miro Heiskanen, one of their defensemen, and they also don't.
Hiskinen, the defenseman.
Heiskanen, hey 90 hot cha cha. And they also don't have Jason Robertson, who's like one of their like young offensive players. So
Let's see.
Yeah,
So
I'm on ESPN and Paul's on NFL Network. So we got the whole
okay,
circle
so
covered.
the entire NFC South has now picked. So the Panthers went Tedderell McMillan, Saints went Kelvin Banks, Falcons went Jalen Walker, and the Bucks just went Emeka Ibuka.
So three offensive players and two
Yeah,
and one defensive.
yeah. I got to be honest, man. I feel like the Saints are the worst team in the division. Like honestly, I feel I just like, especially. I mean, I
Well,
hate to.
you got no quarterback right now either.
Yeah, well, we got Rattler, but
Like I said, you got no quarterback. Let me reiterate.
so this should be. So this is now the intriguing part of the draft. I think is does Pittsburgh pull the trigger on Shedeur, and then do the Giants? Because we're getting close to the Minnesota pick.
Does somebody trade back up too to
Right. That's what I'm
somebody
saying, dude. Giants or Browns or even the Saints maybe
Saints?
trade.
So if the Saints trade back into the first to get a quarterback, which one do you want? Is it Dart?
I mean, Dart seems like the guy. I mean, they've done a lot of homework. You know, the phrase I heard used about the Saints and Dart was hot and heavy.
He doesn't do everything though. That's the thing about Dart. He doesn't do
Doesn't do everything.
everything.
Great episode. Great.
Excellent
Actually,
episode.
actually, the writer of that episode, Carol Leifer, was on
Leifer,
Conan.
huh?
She was on
Harvey
Conan.
Miller.
She was on Conan O'Brien's podcast this week because she is she's also a writer on the show. Have you heard of the show Hacks on Max?
Yes.
Yeah, she writes on that show, and the new season just dropped. So she was on, and I think she actually wrote with Conan on the Oscars this year because Conan hosted the Oscars this year. So
I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, I did watch some of the Oscars because I wanted to see who won Best Picture.
all right, so Broncos pick is in. Donnie, you have a last second prediction here. If you want to shoot it in the chat. Let's see if we got a tell here. If anybody. I just refreshed my feed, and the first thing that came up is the Cowboys are taking Tyler Booker.
A little behind there.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say it was.
They're taking a defensive player.
Imanwari, maybe.
I just see the Broncos are going to be impossible to score on as the tweet. There's no mention of who the player is.
Donnie, I don't know if the march to Arch has begun in New Orleans, but I don't know. I honestly don't know. I would think Kellen Moore. I mean, again, he's an offensive guy. I would think he has some kind of plan for what they're going to do. Another guy that looks like a gemstone.
Oh, Johnny.
Oh, your guy. There you go.
Horns up. So everybody got a Longhorn here except me. What a crock.
Well, Donnie, how we feeling? How we feeling about Jade Barron? I know he's not a running back.
Donnie wants to know if you're punting next year for Arch.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't know if the march for Arch has begun, because there's no guarantee Arch comes out next year either. I honestly don't know. Again, the quarterback I've heard the most smoke with, or the two quarterbacks I've heard the most smoke with in terms of the Saints are Jackson Dart and Milroe. Oh, and Tyler Shuck too for the Louisville
There's the March for Arch. You're planning for Manning.
Planning for Manning, yeah. Yeah, so Patrick Surtain gets a running mate here. Now, let me ask you this, Brandon, because this was kind of my concern of if the Saints were to draft Barron. Can Barron play on the outside, or is he more of a chess piece type corner in Europe, like from what you've seen? Or
I think he can play anywhere, to be honest.
okay, yeah, I just was concerned. Not concerned, but my thought was he reminded me a lot of Alante Taylor, who the Saints already have, and Taylor's best in the slot, nickel, So I was like, well, if you draft Barron, then you basically have two Alante Taylors. But for the Broncos, I mean, they have Surtain, obviously. Now this gives them another chess piece for Vance Joseph, right? Donnie, correct me if I'm wrong. Vance Joseph is still the defensive coordinator with the Broncos. New Orleans native Vance Joseph, whose brother Terry is now on the Saints team.
I think Barron actually also knows John Voight.
Oh, does he? No, that's LeBaron. That's
LeBaron. Eddie LeBaron. Jade and Eddie. Jade Barron and Eddie LeBaron. I agree,
Okay.
Donnie. You can never have enough defensive backs. As the Cowboys proved this year when everybody that played defensive back for them died.
So, according to Connor Rogers, the Steelers are taking Derek Harmon. They are not taking Shedeur Sanders. For what it's worth.
Yeah, the Steelers, Mel just pointed out the Steelers do not have a second-round pick.
That is true. They mentioned that on the pregame show. So
they're taking the Harmon Hammer.
Harmon Hammer. Yeah, there you go. That's a good name. I believe.
I feel like that's a better name for a fullback, though. The Harmon Hammer.
Right. Yeah. Well, maybe he can play fullback. Maybe he's like Colin Saunders. Yeah, maybe he's like Bink Saunders for the Saints.
He's now at 15, by the way.
Good for them.
This is going to be great when I wake up in the morning and find out that they lost.
What happened?
What? Hey, what happened? It's like the basketball version of the Tyler Booker pick.
I'm looking here. Somebody already changed their profile pic to the Micah Parsons.
What are we up to on defensive linemen now? I need to check. I need this information from my.
Yeah, this has got to be 6 or 7 now, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Donnie, I forgot the Broncos had Iowa legend. Oh no, Riley Moss from Iowa? Yeah, I think he is from Iowa. Yeah, I want to say defensive lineman Brandon. We're up to I want to say 7 now. Well, are you count? Well, let's see. Jalen Walker doesn't count. Shamar Stewart counts because he was a defensive end. Harmon. I mean, defensive tackles alone, we're up to 5 because you had the 2 Michigan guys, Walter Nolan, Harmon. Now, I think there was one. I thought there was one more.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm watching this. Michael Williams was another.
Michael Williams, Shamar Stewart, Abdul Carter. He counts as a
edge.
Edge.
We talked about Kenneth Grant already.
All right, so Shedeur Sanders still awaiting his name to be called. Chargers are on the clock. I'm guessing this is going to be. It would be interesting if the Chargers picked Ohio State running back, considering their coach is Jim Harbaugh. But they could use a running back. I don't think we'll get a third tight end selected in the first round here.
No. Who's the next tight end on the board?
Ugh. Elijah Arroyo from Miami, maybe? That would be my guess. Positions? Tight end. Let's see. According to ESPN. Oh, well, this is just who's been picked. Never mind. Let's try best available. Tight end. Winner is Elijah Arroyo out of Miami. You also have Mason Taylor out of LSU, son of Jason Taylor.
Elijah Arroyo, who, like, the Jeremy Shockey comp.
Right. 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 For those unfamiliar, someone tweeted a video of him at the Elijah Arroyo at the Senior Bowl, and I said, "Oh man!" I think I retweeted and I said, "Oh, it reminds me of another tight end from the University of Miami who played in New Orleans." And I forget who retweeted it and said, "Jeremy Shockey?" No,
No, not quite.
not quite. Although I totally forgot Jeremy Shockey. A went to Miami and B played for
Oh,
the
I don't know how you can forget that he played for
Super
Miami.
Bowl champion Jeremy
That's
Shockey.
right.
Thank you very much. um, let's see. Okay, here we go. Defensive tackle. Let's do this. Let's do this here. Defensive tackle. We have had one, two, three, four defensive tackles, and we have had one, two, three defensive or edges. So 7 total defensive linemen,
Okay.
according to.
I need 2 more.
I think you'll get them.
We still got 11 picks left, so pretty good shape
Yeah,
right
I
now.
think. Let's see. Defensive tackle next to best available is Darius Alexander from Toledo. James Pierce is still out there as an edge. I feel like he's a first round pick. Also, Mike Green from Marshall. I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
he's got a lot
He-
of buzz too.
Green was one of the guys who was like, there's a big variance on where people saw
Yeah.
him in terms of evaluations. There
Yep.
was like some guys who thought he was like a top of the first
Well-
round talent. Some people thought he was a late round talent, and I think just the way
So
the board is falling, he's
we talked about Zabel coming from a small school, going to the Senior Bowl and dominating. Green was kind of the opposite. He was a small school, went to the Senior Bowl and struggled. And after that, that's when his stock kind of took a dip. So, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes in the next couple of picks here. Chargers taking their time here.
Nuggets with the early lead, 20-16 right now.
That game's in L.A., right?
It is in LA.
Lakers don't play again until Saturday, I believe.
Paul now a Lakers fan.
No. I mean,
Luka Doncic.
I'm rooting. I'm rooting for Luca.
I know,
If I'm
it's-
being
Yeah, that was, and we talked about this Tuesday. I said I kind of want him to do well just because I like him and I feel bad for him. But like that also means cheering for the Lakers, which I can't do.
yeah, I can't get over the lack of trades that we've seen.
We saw one big trade, and then that's it.
Yeah, I mean that's it. That was it. There was the Texans and Browns traded like day 3 picks before the draft. I don't know if you saw that. Like the Texans got like 2 fifths and a sixth from Cleveland.
Yeah, like the
Something
yeah, that
like
was a.
Let's see. Oh, so I guess my
Are they
s-
playing? I want to dance with somebody. No.
no, they're playing. I get that feeling. I think it sounds like. Have we talked about how 3 months or 2 months after the Super Bowl, the whole Kendrick Lamar syncing up with music meme works for everything? Have we talked about this?
I remember the meme. I did see the meme.
I mean, like it. I'm
Didn't we?
talking.
There was because there was a Seinfeld one.
There was a Seinfeld one. There's a. I saw one for the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, like the hot dog song from Mickey Mouse. I mean, like everything, dude. It's everything. It just goes with that halftime show. Chargers going to lose their pick here if they don't giddy
They're
up.
not charging up to the table. Man, what? Where's this Grizzlies team been all playoffs?
Is Ja playing? I presume Ja's playing.
He is playing. He may not need to
Oh, and
play the whole game.
they've got the correct logo on the court there.
The Bear.
Yeah, the old school, the Vancouver Grizzly logo.
Well, I mean, they still use that one.
So I'm seeing the clock has gone all the way down to
you're
zero.
talking. You're talking about the one, like the teal and black kind of logo with the
Yep.
actual bear, not the blue.
The
not
original, the original I'm called Big Country Bryant Reeves Vancouver Grizzly logo.
I love those throwback jerseys, the black ones that like say that like they
Yep.
now they say Memphis on them, but like the black and teal and kind of pinkish color. Those look
Yeah.
so clean. Like
All right. Says the pick is in for the Chargers here. Let's see what they're thinking. Um, who's the best receiver available right now? Well, Golden, right? Yeah. I still think Golden gets picked in the first round here. So my wager of Saints first position of first pick for the Saints did not hit. That's a shame.
yeah, I'm not doing too well here.
Shedeur going to the Steelers didn't. Well, that still could hit because they still could pick him, I guess.
In the
but,
third round.
I mean, they didn't specify what round. Let's see. Kelvin Banks, ninth pick overall. I got that one plus 700. Thank you very much.
There you go.
There's a feather in my cap. Jackson Dart, second quarterback selected. That one's still pending.
So that's the my Travion Henderson pick. The Grizzlies are up 26.
Jesus.
They're trying to even out the scoring differential here.
Yeah, really.
For the series.
Seriously. Broncos media is saying Barron will play nickel. Okay, that
Never made it as a wise man.
yeah, right. I was gonna make a look at this photograph joke, but yeah, that works too.
We're on the same
Omarion
wave- we're on the
Hampton.
same wavelength.
Omarion Hampton is is
wow.
a Los Angeles Charger. He's not a San Diego Charger.
Well, the blue's kind of the same, right?
Yeah, sure, that works. No relation to Rodney Hampton, I would imagine.
Don't think so.
From years gone by.
Or Casey Hampton.
Or Casey. All right, the Packers are up. My coworker, who's a Packers fan, said he put $5 down on a plus 500. I think for Malachi Starks to go here, the safety out of
Green Bay?
Georgia. Yeah, for Green Bay. He's hoping they go. Now this might be a spot for Golden, right? I mean they need a.
Isn't Omar? Yeah, but they don't spend they don't spend first round picks on wide receivers.
True.
Isn't Omarion like a R&B singer?
That sounds right. That sounds like a thing.
Let me go. Let me go look this up on Spotify.
Somebody's got a cheesehead that says the German Packer.
Omarion. I don't recognize these. songs.
Well, don't play them on the stream. We don't get. We don't want to get.
One of them features Chris Brown and somebody.
Ooh, yeah.
Let's see, Chris Brown
Yikes.
and Gene Aiko, who I do not recognize.
I know. I know Gene Wilder. I don't know Gene Igo. Oh, of course, some Falcons fan posts a clip of Jalen Walker against Kelvin Banks in the game last year, where Walker
Oh yeah, that was a.
got the best of him. So, looking forward to that twice a year now.
So the Raiders and the Chargers both took running backs first.
Yeah, and the Broncos didn't.
Yeah.
That's kind of surprising, honestly. I think the AFC West is going to be a knockdown, drag out affair this year. They're just going to beat each other, and then don't they play? AFC West plays the NFC East this year, right? So like Cowboys play all these teams. Yeah.
Yep.
Good luck, buddy.
7-10, and this is the thanks we get for our schedule.
Right. Yeah. I think the AFC West plays the NFC East and maybe the AFC East too. Let me pull up. I actually wanted to talk to you. We could. I thought maybe next week on the show we could maybe do win totals. Now that we have a little bit more context with the draft. Let's see here. I'll just do Denver. AFC West plays the NFC East. And it looks like... Oh, I was going to say my TV just went up. Looks like they play the AFC South. Well, that's very... Donnie, that's good for you guys. You guys get to play the AFC South and the NFC East. That's some. I mean, hell, you should. That's 5 wins there because you should beat. I mean, think about it. I mean, that's three of the AFC South teams if you don't count the Texans, and you could probably beat the Texans too. And then the NFC East, you got Giants. I mean, even like the Commanders. I kind of think the Commanders are going to take a step back this year. Just.
They're one of those teams that outperform their expectations this year, and
Yeah.
those teams a lot of times will like you said, take a step back.
I'm guessing they're going to milk this pick because it's the hometown Packers.
Oh, absolutely.
Which, hey, that's their right and responsibility.
Yeah,
Donnie, the West is going to be a dogfight. You're right. I mean, that's the one division. If I had to pick it right now, I think Kansas City's going to win it, but I don't know. The Raiders are definitely trying to be relevant. I'll say that.
They've been doing that for a long time, Paul.
Well, fair enough. That's fair.
All right, the update on the Nuggets score. They are up 28-27 right now.
Yeah, look, about 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yep. Let's check in on the hockey scores. All right, the Florida beat Tampa Bay in the battle for Florida.
I'm gonna get something to
Panthers
drink
over
while you're doing it.
You don't want to hear the scores. You don't want to hear the NHL scoring updates.
No, I'm good. I'm just gonna get something to drink.
Maple Leafs beat the Senators 3-2, and right now we got the Wild up 3-1 on the Vegas Golden Knights, and St. Louis up 3-0 at the end of one on Winnipeg. I know people come to our show for for NHL updates. So I'm giving the people what they want. We are very knowledgeable about hockey on this show. I do know what offsides is. Let's see. Yeah, Florida's up 2-0, Toronto up 3-0 in the series there. I think Winnipeg's up 2-0 in the series. Yeah.
Pick is in for the Packers.
The pack is in.
The pack is in. The pick pack.
First
Pick
round
pack.
pack. First round
Pick
pack.
pack. Pick pack paddywhack.
Peter
Yeah.
Packer picked a pack of pickled.
Is there anybody with a P? Pierce. How about James Pierce? There you go. Peter Packer picked a Pierce.
Picked a Pierce of pickled.
Yeah, I'm with you, Donnie. I don't think the Chiefs are going to roll through the AFC West like they've done. Be interested to see what they do at the end of the first round here. I think offensive line is where the Chiefs are going to go, but we'll see. Packers. Anybody still? I'm sure there's a couple people still waiting in the green room, Maria. Well, I know Jalen Milroe still in the green room.
Yeah, let's see how long that lasts.
Josina Anderson is just tweeted that the Giants are trying to get back into the first round.
Shedeur?
That would be my guess. Oh yeah, this clip of Jalen Walker beating. Well, I say beating Kelvin Banks. He blocked him for 5 seconds. So I think that was more on. No offense to Quinn Ewers, I think that was more on him. But Golden Boy,
Of course.
Golden Boy. But I don't know if that's the kind of receiver the Packers need. No offense, but I don't.
Yeah, that makes me feel better, Paul.
I'm just saying, is Golden an X receiver? Is he that kind of?
I mean, but they have Jalen Reed, don't they? Isn't he kind of their...
They have Christian Watson. They have Jalen Reed.
I can't believe they actually took a wide receiver in the first.
By the way, the last wide receiver they took in the first round was a guy named Javon Walker, who is from my hometown. So, oh, for God's sakes, make the pick! Oh Lord. Oh, did you hear how he announced this?
Yeah, the first time
Yeah.
they've taken a wide receiver and whatever.
Since 2002, the year I graduated high school. I'll tell you.
Need to give me one of those. I think I have that suit actually.
Ooh, man, that's sharp, man.
Think I could pull that off, Paul?
You know what, buddy? You better than me, I think.
Don't know about the. I'm not a bow tie guy. I don't think I can do a bow tie.
Oh yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
that's
That's where it falls apart.
that's where it falls apart.
I've never tried a bow tie.
He looks like Sauce Gardner,
He does look like Sauce
from the
Gardner.
Jets. Golden Boy. I'm sorry, buddy. I know you were hoping for a golden cowboy. All right, so we can now add Tyler Booker and Kelvin Banks to Saints Cowboys first round pick immaculate
Wait,
grid.
don't they have to play?
Oh, fair enough.
They
Yeah,
have to play a game first. Let's
yeah, because I did ask
let's
the guys that on
let's
one of my
let's hope
interviews.
that happens because other.
Right. Then you'll really be mad. We drafted Tyler Booker 12 overall and he didn't play a game.
Oh, good news, Paul. John Moran is now going to the locker room.
Ooh, I'm sorry, buddy. They're up 26. Is that right?
28 now.
28. All right. Vikings are on the clock. This is going to be interesting. Vikings only have 4 picks overall in this draft. We'll see if this might be the Giants trading up. I forgot he ran a 4.340 at the combine. Or 4.2.
4-2.
Excuse me. Apologies. So what's the deal with Isaiah Bond? What happened with him? He had
I think he was accused of sexual assault.
Okay, that's what I didn't mean that flippantly. I knew there was some legal issue. I just couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah, a few days after it happened, I saw someone posted had like a 7-round mock, and someone was like, "Well, you don't even have Bond on here," and I wanted to be like, "Might want to check the check the news updates, buddy." Might be a reason for that.
Looks like Golden just got the crowd pumped up at Green Bay. Yeah, so Golden was on. This is interesting now, in retrospect. He was on Rich Eisen's show yesterday, and right before him, they interviewed the Packers general manager, Gutekunst.
Uh-huh.
And Rich Eisen made a note that when Golden came on, he's like, "Hey, I saw you and Gutekunst kind of dapped up. Is that so? I'm taking it that's not the first time y'all have met." And Golden's like, "No, we met before." So, NFC North, man, that might be a tough division too. With now you get the Vikings. I don't know what I mean, I feel like the Vikings are going to be. Oh boy, here we go. Wait, why are they? Why is NFL Network interviewing him? This is an odd number. Shouldn't that be ESPN? What if the Vikings took Shedeur Sanders? Oh, I like this idea.
I like this idea.
JJ McCarthy sitting at home rehabbing his knee.
Then you could have 2 different offenses, right?
You're right. And one of them might be good.
You just ride the hot hand.
Right. What's the old saying? If you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have one?
Yep.
Do you think the Cowboys are going to pick a quarterback at some point in this?
No, but
draft?
I think the fact that they traded for well,
Oh, right. They traded for Milton. Right.
yes. What do we need? What do we need a quarterback for? We still have the Florida West Virginia quarterback
Will Greer?
Will Greer is still on the. I don't know if he's on the roster. If they still just have rights to him.
Where
or
did Trey?
something.
Oh, Trey Lance ended up at the Chargers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was a free agent after the season.
Oh, by the way, Chargers Lions was announced as the Hall of Fame game coming up. And Antonio Gates going into the Hall of Fame, so that makes sense.
The Battle of the Light Blues there.
Yeah. What are the Vikings doing here? Oh,
Whoa. Boy, The Nuggets game got out of hand pretty fast.
Oh, Donovan Jackson from another Ohio State big fella.
He up
Well,
Texans
I mean,
trade.
there we
We
go.
got a trade.
Giants are
So,
up. Giants are up. Let's see what happens. It's probably Dart. My guess is it's Dart.
you think
'Cause
Dart?
Yeah, I heard that the Giants were very intrigued by Dart. More so
I like how you say very intrigued.
more so than all right, so Texans trade back.
Yep.
I mean that makes sense. I think with the Texans,
They need an entirely new offensive line.
yeah. I mean, and look, Donovan Jackson just went right in front of him. So you trade back, you regroup, and see what happens. So what are we up to? 25. So we got what 8 picks left.
Yep. Well, this one feels like it's on the board.
So 7 picks
they're
left.
just
Yeah, it'll be
submitting the
7.
paperwork at this point.
You think it's Shedeur, or you think it's a quarterback, right? Like it's definitely a quarterback. Like,
They're going to both. They keep cutting to both of them.
let's
There
see.
it's Dart.
Is
I
it
think it's
Dart?
Dart. I don't know. The way he's hugging people.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Saints fans are not going to be happy.
ESPN is trying to play up the drama here.
So the Texans are getting 33.99 and next year's third round pick. Yep, Dart. It's Dart. There you go. So Jackson Dart, Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, Tommy DeVito. There's your New York Football Giants quarterback room.
That's something, all right.
Yeah, so Texans get picked 34. Did I say 33? Well, it's 30. Schefter's reporting it's 34.99,
And a
and
third rounder in 2026.
it's not terrible.
I think I feel like it's a pretty good trade for Houston, right?
Yeah, like I said, anybody they probably would have drafted at 25. They could probably get at 34. I think. Like I don't, or the value at least might, you know. What we got here? Ooh, Clippers 45, Nuggets 30. Sorry, Donnie. All right, so who's up after? Well, and I know why the Giants traded because the Rams were up next, and the Rams have been a sneaky
Rumored
like
Dart.
quarterback, yeah, quarterback team. So that makes sense. Makes sense why they did it now. So I guess the Rams are just going to stick and pick. All right, so Shadeur's not getting drafted tonight. I don't think.
I mean, there's still the opportunity for someone else to trade back into the first. The Saints could still do it.
I mean, they could, but I mean, unless the Brown. See, the thing for a long time, there was a thought that the Browns would take Hunter at 2, trade back into the first, and get Shedeur, and they'd have both the Colorado guys. But it doesn't look like that's happening. Shedeur looks in good spirits, at least.
I mean, we thought we kind of like had like after it was like the Raiders aren't going to take him. It was
Right.
kind of
Yeah, and I just
the earliest. But I mean, the Saints were rumored, but it never felt
yeah.
like that was a very
Well, the
strong
Saints
possibility, though. Like
the Saints never really met with him either. Which I mean, I know that's
it's not
not
the be
a
all end all, but
be all end
still.
all, but I mean, you would think at least the head coach would want to.
If you're going to draft a quarterback and make him the face of your franchise, you probably should talk to the guy in person.
So I said a minute ago the Giants are probably the worst team in the NFC East, but they just got better. If they got I don't with Dart, I don't. But
Well, that's the
yeah,
thing though. Like if you've got him now, like you're not necessarily throwing him into the
the fire.
lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean obviously they got everyone tends to get better during the draft, right? That's the
You
general
would hope.
idea.
Yeah. So Dart's not seeing the field this season. I
I
don't
don't
think.
think so.
Which quarterback?
Well,
Which
well, let's say things start very, very poorly. How fast? How bad does it have to get in New York for him to start to actually see the field?
Well, they got to go through Wilson and Winston. Like I would
Yeah,
think,
too.
right? Like,
They're 1-5. Okay, we got to turn to another quarterback. Okay, we're 1-9.
I mean,
Now it's
yeah.
time-
Like, I was kind of surprised that the Giants weren't in the Genty talk too.
I mean, we already saw what they did with the bad offensive line.
That's
Saquon
true.
couldn't even
That's
run
true.
behind that line.
That's true. Yep. Jackson Dart. Yeah, Saints fans are going to be mighty pissed. Ooh, the Falcons are moving back into the first round.
Shedeur?
I mean, why does Jackson Dart look like Logan Paul?
With less tattoos?
That's a that's a red flag. that's a red flag. I think the Saints might have dodged a bullet on that one. I actually wouldn't mind the Saints taking a chance on like Will Howard or
I don't know
Kyle.
where they're holding this party for him, but it looks pretty nice over there.
Utah, Ogden, Utah is what I'm seeing.
Is it a house though, or is it a?
I mean, look, Dayball made his bones with Josh Allen, right? But here's the thing about this pick, though. The Giants have to win next year, or Dayball's getting fired, right? So, like,
How you gotta wonder how long is the string on this for them?
that's what I'm saying. Man. Like, unless they think they can win enough games with Russell Wilson / Jameis Winston this year to where Dayball can keep his job, mentor Dart enough to where in 2026 now you Dart has the keys to the car, as it were, and I don't know. I just don't see with the division schedule they're gonna have to play. They're gonna have to play the AFC West. I don't know who the other division is that y'all are must be the NFC. Are y'all playing the NFC North?
We're not playing the NFC West. We're not playing the NFC South.
So it's got to
So
be.
yeah,
So
it's
y'all,
got to be the NFC.
yeah.
North.
So good luck, Giants, because you're playing the two best divisions in football, including, and then also you got to play the Super Bowl champs twice.
Also, our
and-
division is not.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, your division had two playoff teams last year, and they got
Well, they had two NFC championship teams.
yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
Now, given I think Washington getting that far was a little bit of a fluke, but
Oh man, if the Falcons come out of this draft with Jalen Walker and James Pierce, whew,
boy,
Saints-
Spencer Rattler's going to have his hands full.
oof, man. I mean, they need defense. I know Raheem Morris is a defensive coach, but I don't know who else they could be coming up for.
What if the Eagles drafted Jalen Milrow?
Jalen Hurts starts hearing footsteps.
Hey, we did this once. Now we can just
Who
get rid of. We can get more cap space.
who could the Falcons be coming up for?
Shedeur, Shedeur, Shedeur.
I mean, it's so idiotic. It almost makes sense. So the Rams got a second, a seventh, and next year's first.
No, that's some deal making right there.
The Rams went from F them picks to give me them picks.
Man, that's rich.
Yeah. So what are the like? What? Who? Okay, I'm looking at best available.
Shedeur. I know it won't be, but it would be funny. Donnie would be right on.
The best. The best available offensive player is like Josh Simmons, who's an offensive lineman from Ohio. Are they coming out for Travion? Travion Henderson?
Pierce.
Oh, it is James Pierce.
Yep.
Man, that's a hell of a haul, man. Yeah, man. That's two of the best pass rushers in the draft that the Falcons just picked. Which, I mean, Saints gonna have to draft another offensive lineman tomorrow. Jesus.
All right, it's time for Nick Imanwari right here.
Yeah, for the Ravens,
This is the pick that
this
I
is
talked
it.
about. I've said
This is
this ever since I saw his profile. I'm like, okay, this guy's a Baltimore Raven.
Falcons also got a third-round pick from the Rams for what it's worth.
I don't know if I'd count that as offsetting him.
I mean, they had to come up from 46. So from 46 to 26, they gave up next year's first and a seventh-round pick this year.
Seven.
I mean,
well, I guess they swapped right for their first and second.
I guess, yeah, yeah, they swap, yeah. So because they're coming up from 46 to 26, so that's why they had to give up next year's.
That's why.
That's why they had to give up. Yeah,
huge jump.
but again, man, I
20
mean,
spots.
what you're hoping, obviously, is that I mean, yeah, if this works out, man, this might
He
be
spells
one of the
Pierce differently than your normal
right.
Pierce, right?
Right, it's a Pear.
C.
It's like C's
Pairs.
pairs. I mean, that's
I need Iman Mori. I need Iman Mori to be the pick here just so I can get one win tonight.
so we've got Baltimore, Detroit, Washington, Buffalo, and then the two Super Bowl teams, KC and Philly. So
I just need the Grizzlies. I need the Grizzlies to hang on too, and hope that Ja Morant's injury is not
significant. Excuse me.
Based on the way that things were going, because it started, they lost by 51, then they lost by 19, so they should win this game by about 12 points, because it's changing by 30 each time, and then they'll win the next one by 40 points.
Right, there you go. There you go. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that until now. So Cleveland's defensive line now has Miles Garrett and Mason Graham. That's
Oh, you didn't. That was like the first thing I thought of when they drafted another.
yeah.
Like, because
Well,
I think
yeah,
they needed to replenish that defensive line because I don't think it was what
right.
it had been like this
Yeah,
past season.
outside of Miles Garrett, yeah, it was. All right, Ravens pick is in. Let's see what they got going on. Oh boy, it's been a fun. Oh, I got to charge my tablet. My tablet's almost out of battery here.
Can't have
So,
that happening.
um, so trying to think winners, of the first round. I think Cleveland. I consider Cleveland a winner. I mean, they got Graham and they get extra draft capital. I think the Jaguars with Hunter. That's good. I mean, obviously the Titans with Cam Ward. I would say the Falcons are winners, but man, that's a big price they paid to go up from just to pick.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I know you're getting an edge, but like,
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Who picked your guy Jade? Oh, the Broncos. Right, the
Broncos,
Broncos.
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
We're
I think that's
3 hours in here. We're losing it.
we're losing it. Uh, I mean, the Colts getting Tyler Warren. That's a good one.
I'm trying to see if I can get anything on the Ravens pick, but I haven't seen anything pop up.
Yeah, I haven't seen. I'm looking here. I'm on the case.
Let me know if you see anything.
Nothing yet. I mean, I do like the Packers pick with go. Well, the Ravens are happy. At least looks like. Yeah, I got a feeling Saints fans are not going to be happy with.
You haven't seen anything yet on your
Nope,
Twitter
nope, nope.
scrolling?
Well, I'm just on the ESPN draft tracker, and they usually. Let me check X.com.
You know, I feel like we moved pretty well in the middle of the draft, but the last 5 picks or
Yeah,
so have started
yeah.
to. They're starting to eat up their clock a
Oh,
little more.
so it's a safety, but it's not Eamon Warrior. It's
Oh, it's
Malachi
the Malachi
Starks.
Starks.
Yeah, which makes sense. Kyle Hamilton, I think, is coming into a contract year. Marcus Williams, I think they let Marcus Williams go. Saints legend Marcus Williams. I think they let him.
All right, we
All
got
right,
5 picks left.
all right. We are up to the. No, we're not there yet. I was gonna say we're up to the conference championship teams, but
Not
no, we're
yet.
not not there yet. Not there
We got
yet.
one more.
Detroit, and then we'll be at the Lions. Have been so while you were on your European excursion. One of the episodes I did like a very early playoff prediction, and I had the Lions out of the playoffs just because I think losing their two coordinators, that's going to be a big deal. And I don't know. Like I know they picked up they lost Carlton Davis, but they picked up who did they pick up to replace him? Thought it was from the Cowboys, but I could be wrong. I don't think that's right.
The they talked about this on the athletic football show, and they were like, which of the NFC North teams is most likely to fail, basically.
Right.
And and Robert Mays, who's the big Bears fan, is like, how can you not say it's the Bears? We've never seen them succeed.
It's true.
and,
Yeah,
so-
that is true.
and he's like, other than that, it's like I mean, the Lions lose their 2 coordinators, so that's like the obvious second
Yeah.
choice. But like, I mean, but the Bears have
And I would
you had the Bears in the playoffs last year, didn't you?
probably. My apologies to my friend Andy. Uh, but why can I not find? I'm trying to find what the Lions did.
John Moran is not back on the floor to start the second half. I know
I'm sorry, buddy.
you were wondering about that.
I was. It was on my mind.
John Morant hip will not return tonight against Oklahoma City.
Oh, DJ Reed is who the Lions signed to replace.
I'm going to send you. I'm going to to send you a tweet about this Falcons pick.
Oh boy. The James Pierce one?
The James Pierce one said any NHL team could hire me for $1 million a year. I would do nothing but say, "Don't do that 5 times a year," and I'd be worth it. And then the guy said Falcon.
That's pretty good.
He's not wrong.
No.
I just think they gave up too much.
I mean, because, like, God forbid things go sideways on you this year.
Who is Terry Fontenot? Is he their
Yeah.
GM?
Yeah.
Someone posted, genuinely feel like Terry Fontenot is actively trying to get fired. he's Costanza dragging the World Series trophy around in the car.
Right.
The Lions pick is in. They didn't waste any time, thank goodness. Somebody's trying here.
Shedeur? Could this be Shedeur?
Hey, I mean,
Well, they do have Hendon Hooker. They drafted out of
that should
Tennessee.
really someone you should.
Well,
really
look, I'm
plan
just
around.
saying. I'm just saying. Chase Daniel is on Twitter saying Jackson Dart should be the Giants' day one starter. So that's where we're at this point in the evening. Oh, I was like, why they're booing, but it's the Lions. Yeah, we should mention Terry Fontenot came from the Saints too, so he learned from Mickey Loomis
About how to trade up.
about how to
Somebody said Terry knows he's not GM next year.
So your boy Mike McCarthy is on the Pat McAfee draft special, and he is quoted as saying the Saints roster is better than people think. Kellen Moore is going to have a great time with this offensive line. That was after they selected.
Better than people think. That's a pretty low bar to clear.
Well, Mike, I think they suck. So yeah, hopefully.
I'm glad you think they are better than suck.
Tyleek, hey, another defensive lineman. Did we hit the over yet?
We hit the over. That should
There you
be
go.
9. There we go. I needed that.
Tyleek
Something.
Williams from the Ohio State University. Another Ohio State. What was the over/under on Ohio State players in the first round?
I don't know, but it had to be pretty high.
That's the other thing we should have looked at was the conference, Big Ten versus. Because I feel like Big Ten's up there.
You've had the Michigan men.
The two Michigan guys. We've had. What have we had? 3 Ohio
tight
State.
End, the tight end too, right?
Right. So 3 Michigan guys. Well, no,
Michigan
4. Didn't we have another one?
2 defensive tackles, the tight end, and because the quarterback Will
Johnson.
Will
He hasn't
Johnson
been-
hasn't gone yet.
Yeah.
They haven't had a wide receiver go.
Yeah. Then the running back. The running back's not a. So. Well, and then we had a Penn State. We had Abdul Carter, Penn State. Tyler
Is
Warren, Penn
is
State.
Sawyer
So
is
that's
Sawyer out in this draft from Ohio
yeah,
State?
yeah. He
But
I
he's
think
not. He's kind of like a mid.
yeah. He was thought they thought he would be a day one pick for a while, and then I think he didn't test well. So
Like
now
a
he's
day. He's more of like a day two guy, right?
yeah, day two, maybe even day three, depending
Early
on
day three.
yeah. At the worst, I would think. All right, now we're up to the last. No. The second to last NFC East team to select here, the Washington Commanders.
Barring another trade.
Barring any unfortunate incidents. Yeah, we'll have to. Maybe we'll look at that next week. See how the conference rankings are broke down in terms of. So, all in all, been a pretty I would say uneventful. I mean, that Falcons trading up 20 picks to draft James Pierce is
Yeah, outside of that and the Ginty pick. I mean, I guess you could say the Giants too, trading back in to get Jackson
Dart.
Dart.
The Brown. I mean, that Browns trade with the Jags.
And then it was quiet until we got to
But
the
was there?
mid-20s.
I mean, but was there any like real selection that was like, whoa, didn't see that coming? You know, like
No, most of them felt like they've been kind of within the range, right?
I mean, the crowd seemed to really enjoy the Packers picking a wide receiver for the first time in 20
Don't
years,
remind me,
23
Paul.
years. I mean, I get. I mean, I hate to stick the knife in any deeper, but the Cowboys going
Booker
Booker.
pick.
That's probably. I'm just trying to think like tomorrow, what's going to be the F grade pick? You know, like what's going to be the one everybody's like. Well, it might be the.
You might be looking at it.
Yeah. I mean, that Falcons trade just that
It's a lot.
that's a lot to give. That's a lot to give up for a guy with apparently who has character issues in James Pierce. I would say the Loveland pick for the Bears was a surprise. Everybody thought the consensus was Warren was going to be the first tight end selected.
It seemed like the tight ends were like choose your flavor, right? Like
Yeah,
if you like, it's kind of what does the coach or what does the front office kind of see
yeah.
in
Oh, sorry.
in the tight ends.
We're getting so
Are we gonna be doing a live show for the schedule release, Paul?
sure, why not?
When is it? May
14th.
May 14th.
Is that a Thursday?
Wednesday.
Oh,
Was
interesting.
it 14th? I thought I heard 17th.
Well, 17th is a Saturday. So I don't think they would do it on a Saturday. NFL schedule release. Yeah, Wednesday, May 14th. So, yeah, we could do a. I mean, you know how it is. The schedule gets leaked. By the time it gets to that point, everybody knows. Commander's pick is in.
Uh, McCarthy apparently said he loves this pick by the Cowboys of the Tyler Booker pick.
Oh, I bet he does. Because it's not his problem anymore.
Yeah. Let's see. What am I? NFL.
Josina Anderson. Josina Anderson says Commanders are getting Josh Connerly from Oregon.
Okay,
So
it is Wednesday, May 14th.
Yeah. So if Josh Connerly goes, that's another Big Ten pick. Remember, Oregon's a Big Ten school now.
He also does not spell his name properly and put an LY on it.
Yeah. Well, you can talk to him about that when you.
What do you think of the What do you think Debo does in Washington?
Not much. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be a bad, but it's not going to be earth
He's not.
shattering.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's on the downslope of his career. It feels like.
I mean, offensive line definitely makes sense. You got to protect Daniels, your cash cow at quarterback. Um, I
Man,
just yeah,
Luther Burden's still there.
he's there. He might be an Eagle by the end of the night.
I don't think they're going wide receiver though.
Yep, there we go. Josh Connerly, 6'5", 311, out of Oregon. Oh, that's right. They got Tunsil too, Washington.
Yeah, that's another question of like how much does he have left in the tank because he was probably the best part of that Houston offensive line, but
Right.
that's also like for,
And they traded him. So yeah, like
yes. I thought I heard somebody say that he was going if they didn't trade him, he was just going to retire. Is that?
I did not. I hadn't heard that.
But
No,
I
I
don't
hadn't.
remember where I heard it though. Like I can't remember like where I heard that. Maybe I just dreamed it.
Had not heard that one. All right, now we're up to the Bills of Buffalo, and then we'll have
The chefs.
the two Super Bowl teams.
Looks great. Now, who are the chefs?
That was a good commercial. Yeah, so Will Johnson from Michigan, he was a consensus like top 10 pick at the beginning of the year, but injuries,
Injury problem.
so he
He
might.
also didn't test, and I think that was like one of the questions on him was
Right.
speed. And when you don't run, he
Yeah.
chose not to run.
I choose not to run. Yeah, I think. Why does that say Pac-12 honorable mention? He went to Did he? Oh, maybe he came.
Oh well, I mean maybe before. I mean they've only been
Yeah.
in the Big Ten
but they
for 1 year.
Oh, Pac-12. I'm thinking Big. I thought it said Big 12. I was like, Oregon's not in the Big 12, or they were never in the Big.
He was so good that he got honors from other conferences.
Well, I thought maybe he went to a different school before
He
Oregon.
was an honorable. The Big 12 just liked him so much that they mentioned him. That's why it's an honorable.
Right. It's just an honor to be mentioned.
We like that. We like that guy over there.
It's just an honor to be mentioned. Hey, I don't know what Buffalo's going to do here. I guess it could go. They kind of could go wherever they damn well please. They don't really. I mean,
Outside of quarterback,
outside of quarter. Shedeur.
it's Shedeur.
Oh man, what if the Chiefs took Shedeur?
Shedeur to the Chiefs.
If
Yeah, that
if
was
the
my name.
Chiefs people, Twitter would explode. Like it would just in flames. Just
I think everybody at the desk would just like be stunned silent, right?
they wouldn't even let the Eagles make their pick.
All right, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, hold on, we're done. We're out. What else?
Wait. And then we find out that Patrick Mahomes is retiring. He's just like,
God,
he was so disgusted with the performance. He's like, I'm done.
I'm out. Andy Reid's retiring. Steve Spagnuolo's going to take over as head coach.
Ooh, it's not going well in Los Angeles
For the Nuggets.
for the Nuggets.
Sorry, Donnie.
Paul, would you like me to update you on the hockey scores?
I think Donnie left the chat. He got tired of us talking about the Nuggets. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Why not?
All right, the Minnesota Wild are now up 4-1 on the Vegas Golden Knights in the third period.
Okay, they're running wild as a
They
word.
are running wild. The St. Louis Blues have hijacked the Jets. They are up 3-0.
And they're not letting them play sack lunch on the flight.
No, they're not. They're taking them to Cuba.
They got the Jets singing the blues as a word.
Yeah, so they are up 3-0 on the Jets.
Is that the Winnipeg
Winnipeg
Jets?
Jets.
Okay.
Formerly the Atlanta Thrashers.
Yeah, so didn't the Winnipeg Jets become a different team, and then they move back?
Did they become the Thrashers and then move back? Or did they move and become someone else and did the
I
Thrashers
thought,
then
yeah, I thought they moved and became the Coyotes, and
and
then
then the Thrashers moved back to Winnipeg because
I could be wrong though. I don't know.
that's a good question. Let's time to go consult the old Wikipedia machine.
Yeah, Wikipedia's never lied to you.
Yeah. Okay, Winnipeg Jets. Yes, the current Jets were formerly the Atlanta Thrashers.
Okay.
The original Winnipeg Jets. You are correct. They did move to Arizona to become the Coyotes.
The Phoenix Coyotes.
Correct.
What about the Nordiques? Wasn't that is it the Quebec Nordiques?
Hold on.
Was that a team?
They originally planned to move the team to Minnesota, which had lost the North Stars to Dallas.
Right.
Who did you ask about?
I thought it was the Quebec Nordiques.
Former hockey team. This looks like they probably became the Canadiens because the color scheme looks very
The Montreal Canadiens.
Montreal Canadiens.
Let's see, Quebec Nordiques. No, they relocated. They became the Avalanche. They became Donnie's team.
Oh,
There you go. We got another Make-A-Wish here for the Bills.
oh, cornerback out of Kentucky, Maxwell Hairston.
Okay, makes sense. Didn't he run like a 4.2 something at the combine?
That's a good question. I think he ran well. He chose to run.
He ran with his Hairston on fire.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I
Right.
made that joke. That's right.
That was your contribution.
How could I have
So
forgotten that one? I guess
Who's still in the green room? Just Milrow?
I guess so.
Saints still got a chance. They can trade up, I guess. Wait a minute. Why are the Eagles on the clock?
Mine shows Kansas City. Mine shows two Kansas Cities. Oh no! Now they're
Yeah, no, Philly. Yeah,
why are
Philly.
you trading up one pick?
And what did you? Howie Roseman's like, look, man, I got to trade. I got to do something. I got to make a trade.
I wonder if someone's on the phone with Kansas City, and then Kansas City calls Philly and says,
Hey,
"You want this?
Yeah.
You gotta come. You better come get him." That's got to be that. That's the only conceivable reason you do that.
Yeah. Shedeur? Philly gonna take Shedeur? I'm almost tempted to live stream tomorrow night too, but like, that'll be.
I mean, I wouldn't be able to hop on at the beginning with you. I may be able to join you for a little bit after the.
Nah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't, because they start earlier, right?
Oh, they
Tomorrow?
start at like 5 o'clock.
And then Saturday it's at like noon or 11 or something like that.
Oh,
Remember-
the Grizzlies lead is now 13.
Hey, yeah, well. Remember back in the day, the draft was only on Saturday and Sunday, and it
Yep.
was started like noon on Saturday
Well, I think it was 11 o'clock here, wasn't it?
or 11 o'clock, and they do like the first 3 rounds on Saturday, and then like four,
Fourth
four
or
five
seven on the.
on Sunday.
Yep.
I used to tape them. Did I ever tell you that? I used to VHS tape the NFL draft for no damn good reason. And this was back in the day where like if you were taping something on your TV, that TV was in
No, you're
couldn't.
not. You can't change the channel.
Used to
You
piss
got.
my parents off. They're like, why are you taping? Like, why? Are you?
You gotta. The thing in the. I always like. There were always different rules for how to like program the
Yep.
VCR too.
Yep.
So there was always like you had to figure out how to set the timer, and if you messed it up, like God help you, you're just SOL.
Okay, so who is the SEC? You know, the Eagles might pick Imanwari.
Oh yeah, I guess they need safeties, don't they?
Well, they got rid of Chauncey Gardner Johnson. They traded him to Houston. Um, I mean, they have Cooper DeJean. Here we go.
Now this jacket, this is something.
So the
This
Chiefs
jacket
got a
and tie combination.
yeah.
That's I need to get on the phone with Maxwell and see where he got this look.
Maxwell, come on the podcast. Well, let's talk. Yeah, so the Chiefs got a fifth round pick in return for going back one spot. Yeah, I mean that's all I could see is somebody was on the phone with the Chiefs saying they wanted so and so, and they called the Eagles. The Eagles like, nope, we want them. We'll give you. But like, what? Surely the offer that the Chiefs were getting from the other team would have been more than a fifth round pick. I would imagine. What do I know? Eagles trade pick 32 and 164 for pick 31.
Was it what 136? That was the
164 was the
164. Okay.
fifth round pick that the Chiefs got in return. I hate to say. Well, I was gonna say for the Chiefs, I think their offensive line.
They needed a tackle, but like
Well, Josh Simmons is still there from Ohio State, or did he get picked?
I don't think so.
Who got? Let's see. The heck? Offensive tackles. We've had Will Campbell, Armand Mimbu, Kelvin Banks Jr., and Josh Connerly. Guard. We've had Tyler Booker, Gray Zabel, and Donovan Jackson. That's the Ohio State. That's who I was thinking of. Because yeah, the Chiefs do need a offensive. I don't know if the Eagles. I don't think the Eagles need offensive line. Oh boy. Did you go under on the quarterbacks?
No, I went over 2.5.
Okay, so you need you need somebody to trade up for Shedeur.
Well, the thing was, like this morning, I was looking up grinding the mocks, and like
Yep.
he had two, and I was like, oh great, that's
Okay, let's see here. Okay, this is what I thought could be happening. Jahad Campbell to the Eagles. Another
the whole
SEC
the holy war.
another SEC linebacker. That sounds about right. Yeah, I just think the Eagles. I just think Howie Roseman got bored and was like, "I just want to make a trade. Can we just call the Chiefs and see if we can?"
See if I can trade up one spot.
Oh man.
He just thought there weren't enough trades tonight. He's like, hey, somebody, we need some action here. All right, come on, guys, let's get these
Yeah,
last two picks out.
yeah.
Let's wrap it up here. We're at what, almost 4 hours now?
We're 3.5. Yeah. So we're over 3.5. Been a fun night. Been a fun adventure.
Yeah, we should. I think I should be able to get this live stream up on the podcast feed
Cool.
too.
Cool.
So
Um, Thanks to everybody who joined us. I don't think anybody's in the chat right now, but
I don't think so.
if you joined us,
Everyone else
thank
went
you.
to bed. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks for
thank you.
watching.
Appreciate it, Donnie. Congrats for Jade Barron. I'm still thinking about your comment about everybody got a Longhorn except you.
Condolences to the Nuggets. Shout out to
Yeah.
Train though.
Trang, yeah,
Congrats on the Clippers tonight.
yeah, that's true. And Gray Zabel
Grace Abel. They're in a bit of a gray area.
in the gray area. Yeah. Looking at tomorrow night, you got Cleveland. Houston has the second pick in the second round now because of the Giants trade. Hang on, let's get the Eagles pick here. Yep, there it is.
Oh, he was in the green room.
He was in the green room, so so second round looking like we got the Browns picking first, Texans, Titans are third. So the Browns have two picks in the first because they have. Why do they have two picks? Oh, because of the Jaguars.
Jaguars trade.
Yeah, because the Jaguars trade. And then the Raiders, the Patriots, the Bears, Saints, Bears again because the Bears have the Panthers second round pick because of the Bryce Young trade. Jets, Niners, Cowboys, and then the Colts, and then we get into the rest of the second round. Looking like, depending on what the Chiefs do here, looking like best available is going to be. Well, I'm going to assume that the Chiefs are about to pick an offensive lineman. But it looks like best available is going to be Will Johnson, the corner out of Michigan. Mike Green from Marshall. Shedeur Sanders. The Chiefs could pick Emanwari, maybe. They just lost Justin Reed because he signed with the Saints.
Yeah, they did. Yep.
That could be a good pick for them. Donovan Izaraku from Boston College, an edge rusher. Darius Alexander.
We will rock you.
Your guy, Travion Henderson from the Ohio State. You got Shedeur.
So Travion and Luther Burden are both still there for me.
Yep. Man,
It's not a
ESPN.
complete.
ESPN's got Burden way down on there. They've got him below Trey Harris from Ole Miss.
They also said Shedeur had a 3% chance of falling all the way to 28. So let's.
I mean, let's see. The first round's technically not over yet. Let's see if anybody trades up with, which I don't know why you would at this point. You know, especially if you're Cleveland. Like, the only teams that would pick Shedeur at this point are Cleveland or the Saints, right?
Yeah.
And Cleveland's got the first pick of tomorrow night, so why would they
Yeah, because Pittsburgh doesn't. Because Pittsburgh can't take him until the third round.
Pittsburgh? Yeah, they don't have that pick. And somebody on the NFL Network pregame show was saying Pittsburgh might look at Will Howard from Ohio State. So
So the Grizzlies' lead is down to it has gotten as low as 10, but it's back up to 14 now. I was this
boy.
close to tweeting when they were up like 26. I was like, I wonder how the Grizzlies will lose this game. would have been very prescient.
Oh, ye of little faith. Apparently, the Eagles were trying to trade up with the Chargers at 22 to get Jahad Campbell. So,
Honestly, wish they would have done that. They would have had to give up more.
well, that Ian Rappaport is reporting on NFL Network because that's how bad they wanted Campbell.
Hold on a sec. Yeah, apparently another team was trying to come up and.
All right, pick is in for the Chiefs. So we'll see.
Let's wrap this show. Let's wrap this up. Can we get in under 4 hours?
I mean, unless unless they're having Mahomes walk the pick in from Kansas
So
City.
so apparently Jihad Campbell is going to need surgery.
Ooh. Man, that's probably why he fell. There was talk of Jihad Campbell going to the Saints at 9 for a while. Like that's how high people thought of him. But yeah, if
Yeah,
that
because
didn't,
I made the joke about the holy war for the
that's right.
Saints.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Also,
It's funny that. Oh, never mind.
I guess we should mention rest in peace to Pope Francis.
Yep.
Not a good start
I
to the
thought you
week
were
for
going
the
to say
Saints.
rest in peace, Apollo Creed.
Oh, well, yeah, him too. Yeah, sure. Oh, by the way, have you seen the Creed movies?
No, but I saw.
Man,
I
the
think
first
I may have seen the first one.
the first one is phenomenal. The first one is 5 stars for
Was
me.
he in Rocky Balboa?
Apollo? I don't think so. Well, no, because he died in 3, or 4,
No,
so he couldn't have been.
I thought
You
his.
thought Michael B. Jordan was in?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, no.
No,
All right, here's the Chiefs. Oh,
Josh
Josh,
Simmons.
Josh
There it
Simmons.
is.
There we go. All right. So final. So what we have like 7 offensive linemen, 7 defensive linemen, something like that.
9 defensive linemen.
9 defensive linemen. Yeesh. Yep. All right. So now the Browns are on the clock for tomorrow night, and they got 2 picks in the first 4.
Yep.
We'll see what they do. I mean, Shedeur's still there. Now, what happens if first pick next tomorrow night, Tyler Shuck to Cleveland? Or like, yeah, this kid Simmons from Ohio State, he's a mover. He moves people
Well, they needed. I mean, they needed help on that offensive line.
for sure. Yeah, for sure. Well, do you have any who do you have a winner from tonight? Like, who's your big
Not me.
not you? Okay,
Not
well,
me.
I don't feel I
I
don't
think
feel
I just like Jacksonville just because they got the guy that
they won
who
it.
I
Yeah.
think that well I think is the
Best
best
player,
in the
yeah.
draft. So
Yeah, and they gave up. I mean they gave up what they had to give up. Yeah, I tell you what, I definitely feel better about what Jacksonville gave up than what the Falcons gave up to come up for.
yeah, if we want to talk about losers,
I mean, because even if Walker and Pierce become like the best pass rushing duo in the NFC, like
you need more than that. Like that's not going to be enough. I know they need defense because their defense was really bad, but like
yeah,
I don't know, man. That's a lot.
feel like the
Grizzlies are now up 8 in the third quarter.
I feel like a lot of teams made safe picks. Like the Saints made a safe pick, the Patriots made a safe pick. We'll see what Cleveland does tomorrow, but I really like that Graham pick. Pair him with Myles Garrett, get extra draft capital. Um, hey, I got the Jackson Dart second quarterback.
There
Pick.
you go.
I just thought about that.
There's a feather in your cap.
There is a feather there. That's some. Hey, that's something. Um, yep, second quarterback selected. Kelvin Banks Jr., ninth overall pick. Got that one too. Got that settled. I'm up to almost 3,700 rebit coins now.
Oh, look at you.
That and $1 won't buy me a Coke.
Well, we got the. I can't get it to show, but it's a Spider-Man meme with the 3 Tylers pointing at each other.
That's awesome. That's kudos to whoever put that together.
That would be the Dallas Cowboys official account.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, so Shedeur. So yeah, 8 offensive linemen in round 1, 10 defensive line / edge, according to John Ledyard.
Ledyard.
Ledyard. Um, yeah, I'm just looking to see if there's anything else from anybody. Yeah, Jalen Milroe got invited to the draft and get picked. It's tough for him. The Browns might pick him first overall tomorrow night in the second round. Um, so I don't know who this person is. Corey. This is Corey Kennan. Looks like his highest grades are the Bears for Loveland, the Colts for Warren, the Bengals for Stewart, Steelers for Harmon, Ravens for Starks, and of course the Eagles for Campbell. And then his lowest grades: Giants Dart, Falcons Pierce, and Cowboys Booker.
Yep.
There you go. Yo.
Well, I think one of them was I think that like he was ranked like 30 something on the consensus board. So that was a more like the Cowboys liked him more than the consensus ranking. So I mean,
I will say so. Just talk through this real quick, and then we can sign off for the night. Saints picking a quarterback at 40. I've always been more okay with that. I mean, look, they made the play early in the process. They tried to trade up with Tennessee so they could pick Cam Ward. Tennessee shut it down. Outside of that, then it's like, okay, you really have to love a quarterback, which apparently they didn't.
I don't think anybody nobody loved like Cam,
Right.
and Cam Ward even for like the first overall pick and consensus first overall pick. Isn't a guy
Right.
that like everyone said he's not like this guy's a generational talent that you have to build your team around necessarily.
And the only quarterback left that the Saints, I think, did an extensive amount of homework, because they did a lot of homework on Jackson Dart. But I think the only quarterback left that they did an extensive amount of research on was Milroe. So we'll see. And
Boy, if they draft Milroe, I'm going to be giving you a hard time for.
I know you will.
Bold move to draft a quarterback that can't throw the ball.
I mean, listen, Kellen Moore's he did wonders with Hurts, but this is good. This will be a damn miracle with Milroe, I think.
Yeah, just get the best offensive line in football.
Now, Now, I did hear one scout say that Milroe is the best running quarterback they've ever like graded. Like put him up there with Lamar Jackson, Cam Newton, like that tier of running quarterback. Of course, Lamar Jackson can throw.
Yeah.
Cam Newton can throw. Yeah, I think that's where we're headed with the Saints for tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Just
But
fingers crossed that I get one of my two guys that's still left there.
But we will be back on next week, either Tuesday or Wednesday next week. We'll do a full recap of the draft, give our thoughts on, and maybe we can do win totals. Maybe we can look at some futures win totals and see, now that we have the draft behind us, and see what's what. But until then, happy football, everybody.
Happy football.